Turn my face off, see what's underneath. You say you're scared and don't doubt it, but skin I just don't need. I hold my eyes in my skull, this is the real me. I just can't pretend you won't.
The following pre-recorded podcast contains only the views of the parties involved and do not reflect the views of TestYourMight.com or its moderators. Prepare your jimmies. The mods have spoken. What's really changed besides the fist avatars? M2 Dave has graced us with a tier list once again, and it's pretty reasonable. What's going on, guys? When's the love for Atlantic Combat as its ranks drop like flies? Will the Legion of Doom successfully shrink the Earth? I'm King Hippo. Listeners, we ask you to consider the following. Theme song. Welcome everyone to the first ever webisode. I've always wanted to say the word webisode of Consider the Following. Now I'll get to how all of this works very soon, but let me first introduce the panelists who are going to be joining me today. So first up, a longtime veteran of the Mortal Kombat franchise who loves Nightwolf almost as much as his winged counterpart. If there's drama in the Nightwing forums, it's definitely his fault. We got Lord of the Fly.
Hello everybody, what's up? How's it going? Lord of the Fly? Is that my minute intro? Is that good?
Yeah. If you want to take 30 seconds, if you want to take 25 seconds to talk about yourself, that's fine. I gave you a minute.
You gave me a minute? Well, I think I'm good. Yeah. Next.
All right. Well, Lord of the Fly, ladies and gentlemen. Also joining us, a member of the Illinois-based Team Galloping Ghost Arcade, who you can see play every Thursday night. A man as wild and outspoken as his afro, the Jew of Steel himself, Mr. Saucy Jack. How you doing, sir?
Hello, King Hippo. I wish you guys could all actually see my fro. It is quite CD Jr. Welcome Back Cotter-esque. I'm looking dapper as ever, and I am ready to consider all the followings that you throw at me.
All right, I'll throw some followings at you. Up next, we have another hot Atlanta resident who would get to more majors if he could see the way. He's the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sweet and sour. We got HomeLee. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm HomeLee. I'm Asian. I like to play Batman. And I'm also an avid supporter of Team GOTS.
I've heard a rumor that you're Asian.
Maybe. It's not confirmed yet.
Will you be the first Asian member of Team GOTS?
Oh, I already own Team GOTS. It's okay.
Damn.
All right.
The Dark Knight rises.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, HomeLee. And then lastly, we've got a bit of surprise for the folks at home. So this man has been accused of everything from being a GGA zealot to a regulator to even myself. Here's to add his opinions to the podcast as a representative of the fighting game in Lebanon, Mr. Cool Whip.
Hello, everybody. I am Cool Whip. Was that accent good? Is that how you expect me to sound? After all these racist jokes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
putting us on the spot here, Whip.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys deserve it. I woke up at 6 a.m. for this. I did not deserve that racism. What's up, guys?
Man.
It's good to have you here. We'll try to tone it down.
No, we won't.
It's only going to get worse.
Hey, I'm just the host here, man. I'm keeping out of this.
Cool. Do you have to go to work like in a couple hours or something?
No, it's a holiday today.
What holiday?
Well, I'll make sure not to offend. 1,400 years ago, the prophet's nephew died, and they still mourn him to this day. So it is a national holiday. It's an Islamic holiday.
Oh, wow.
Is that your American accent?
Yeah, you're going to see my accent shift back and forth throughout this podcast as I try not to sound like 16-bit Ken or Hippo.
I like it.
That's good. I'm glad that I'm actually not you. You know, you get to deserve all the props. I just don't post that much.
Dude, I'm sad. I want it to be the Deathstroke of the world. No, I'm kind of upset when
I'm impressed that we have the technology, Hippo, that you can be on 2 Skypes at once right now. B,
that's actually very complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed by your accent game. It's strong. This is going to be a good time. Yeah, well played.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a thank you to all the panelists for being here. Big shout out, of course, to Lord of the Fly, who suggested the idea in the first place. So the way this works, we have a lot of topics to discuss, and only so much time. And poor Cool has to go to work, or has to celebrate his holiday. So we'll do them in increments here. I have a timer. and I will keep us on track as we get going here. I'm also keeping track of just how good these rascals' arguments are. At the end of the time limit, I'll give a point recap so we can all follow along at home. And at the end, the two with the most points are going to have a showdown to see who's going to win overall. Sound complicated? You'll get it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So last week, the moderators really took a stand. The moderators of TestYourMight.com have really said, you know what? It's time to really start and clean up this place. You can now see infractions. You can now follow, what you're being regulated for and why. There's been a lot of mod swaps. We even had Blake become a mod, then not be a mod, and then become a mod, all within the span of apparently 4.5 hours. Guys, is the new Leaf needed, or is this just an unnecessary case of the PC police run amok? Let's start with Fly.
Well, talking from somebody who's been banned for first was a week and then for 2 days because I was told infractions were delivered to my PM box and then they weren't. And just all the things that don't work well as far as the infraction system is concerned, there is no need for a new Leaf. Let's just forget about all of this infraction nonsense. Let's forget about the fact that, mods tend to want to ban things based on personal interest at times. And let's just get back to, the fighting game drama, the good stuff that we all enjoy. Let's just get back to it. That's my point.
Anybody?
Right there.
That's not bad. I think that's worth a good 2-pointer or two. Now, I think wouldn't I say, though, there has been a lot of vitriol on the forums, and I don't think it's wrong necessarily for the mods to try and dispute that. What have you say to them?
There's a difference between moderating and just trying to pull, what would be considered class acts. I hear that term thrown around. Let's be classy. Let's be, decent human beings. And let's not forget, this is a fighting game that we all just do as a hobby. Let's make it fun. Let's keep it interesting. Let's not get crazy here, okay? It's really not that serious.
Well said. I think that's worth another point there. Ken, you've had a lot of, in that Saucy Jack folks at home, you've had a lot of disputes publicly with moderating over at TYM. What do you think so far of how they're going about what they're doing?
Well, I will say that coming from the standpoint of a lot of the cloak and dagger nonsense that goes on, you watch it day and day. You've got your TYM team, the Skype Illuminati clique, Team Edward, Team Jacob. It's all sorts of fucking crap like that. I am actually super impressed that TYM has decided to share your infractions with people. I think it's good that you're able to see what they're doing. So for that, I will actually give TYM a thumbs up, which is something I don't normally do. As you pointed out, I do have issues with them from time to time. They're always polite. I've never been banned or anything like that, but I am pretty outspoken about it when the situation comes up. My concern as we move forward here, and everyone that's listening to this, I'm sure has either experienced this, seen it, or is worried about it, is that there does seem to be a bias with some of the nonsense that goes on. I'll just give one example so I don't rant on too long, but there was the case, as we all know, very well documented, the 16-bit Pig of the Hut get banned from East Coast Tournament. Felice makes a thread asking for a vote. He wants the community's opinion. And the mods just go ahead and close that voting so that the public couldn't see it, even though it was not requested by Felice, the person who made the post. And as far as my understanding goes, it broke no rules, and the mod who did close that voting came back into the thread and said, oops, basically, and it just got swept under the rug. So my concerns with this new Leaf is that it's just a token transparency that they're giving us while they're still going to maintain their biases behind the scene. I'm fair and I'm rational most of the time, so I will wait to see what happens. I don't want to just cast this aside as a bad thing because I think it could be good, but I am worried that some of the bias that exists is going to continue.
Wouldn't you argue? I mean, couldn't you just have it said? I mean, there is still going to be some bias. We've seen it definitely through and through. But isn't there kind of some cases where maybe it's just getting a little too. I mean, was that topic? I mean, to put it to a vote, do you think that was trying to bait a response? I mean, don't you think there is a sort of concern about that?
There is, and that's why I can't. I'm not necessarily mad at Test Your Might for some of the decisions that they make. They're running their site the way that they see fit, and I mean, it's the internet. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's trolls out there. There's a lot of baiting that goes on, trying to get people to say something that they can get blown up for, etc. So that exists, but at the same time, a lot of the great personalities have stopped posting on this forum for reasons such as this. You don't see as much, and again, for those that are just Injustice players, you may not recall the MK9 days. I don't mean to go all old man in my rocking chair, walk uphill both ways to school, but your Rios, your Tom Brady's, your 16-bits, your Pick of the Huts, etc., over the last 6 months to a year, not even just going by what's recent, but over the last 6 months to a year, these guys have slowed down. And whether you agree with what they say or not, I'm not saying you have to view them as some sort of gods, but they are big personalities in our scene, and I think that it's a detriment that they're not here posting every day like they were before, and that's a problem that's been caused by this.
It's a good point to consider. I mean, we have lost a lot of personalities. HomeLee, you don't post as regularly, but you're just kind of in the middle of all of this. I've seen you post here and there, wondering about these constant decisions. What have you to say about this?
Yeah, honestly, there was a point when I first came to TYM, I was like, maybe I can take some people serious. But then I realized when I take people seriously, it just gets nowhere. So I just ended up being a troll on TYM. And it's true. Like, half my posts, like, you shouldn't take me seriously, to be honest. But
you're saying the Smargasm avatar wasn't serious?
No, that was pretty serious.
Oh, okay.
I had to show people how good looking Smart was back in the day.
Not anymore.
But honestly, the new Leaf, like is the new Leaf like the whole Red Fist avatar thing? Is that what that's supposed to represent? Because honestly, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
I believe it's someone rising from the day, and they are yawning for the first time and kind of throwing their fist in the air. That's what I've been looking at, but it could.
My understanding of that Red Fist is that's Rise Against, man. That's angsty punk rock. That is the revolution is coming. We are sick of you Hollywood jamokes. We are sick of you Cool Whip Heidi accounts. We are sick of everyone representing an agenda. We are coming, and we're not going to take it anymore, man. D. Snyder, we're not going to take it.
X-Nay Illuminati.
Yeah.
Is that a Twisted Sister reference? This is not 1989.
Hold that shit, son. I'm dating myself.
No kidding.
Did I just lose 3 points?
You might have lost 5.
Fuck.
Now, HomeLee, as a troll's perspective, we always have to get the troll's perspective. Do you think your trolling will get regulated by the mods? Is that a real concern?
Honestly,
do you care?
Now, no, not really. I really don't. But I feel like it probably will get regulated more because ever since they started showing the infractions, I noticed I had 3 infractions, right? One for flame baiting posts, which I'll admit to them I deserved it because I made that whole Fred Marvel's crazy post and I trolled him to death. But there was 2 points I got for useless posts, and I was like, well, what constitutes as a useless post? Because it might not be useless, but it's useless to a mod's opinion. Like, that's basically saying he doesn't agree with my opinion, so he's just going to infract me for it.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Because, like, I mean, I see PPJ, like, post from time to time, and he just posts comments like that has nothing to do with the thread. And if he's not infracted for it, then, he's Asian and I'm Asian, so there's either a biased Asian card or something's going on. But this is a race war. Are you suggesting maybe? No.
I mean, no, nothing that bad. No helter skelter. Okay. Well, yeah. Cool Whip. You have been very, very active on the forums regarding this. I'm interested to hear your perspective on this.
Well, the first thing I'd say is, all right, I understand that sometimes you have to step your foot down and kind of keep things in control. And I do agree that, by and large, since Injustice hit, and that's not blaming the game by any stretch of the imagination, but since Injustice hit, TIM has went through phases where it was kind of unbearable. So it's not that I don't understand where the mods are coming from, but I have to say this whole thing kind of feels forced, to be honest. Like you can take actions without making it look like such a quote unquote revolution. It seems a touch unnecessary to me. Plus the whole your ability to see your infractions now, it's such a bait, to be honest. It's almost a diversion. Like, hey, you can see your infractions. Well, enjoy your next 10 warnings now, because now we're allowed to tell you that, hey, you've been infracted. So instead of, to be honest, in a way, I would have preferred to just be infracted behind the scenes and just be able to do my thing, instead of now having a mod telling me, well, not me per se, I haven't had that happen with me yet, but, in general, having a mod tell somebody like, oh, you guys need to chill. Like, for example, you saw the Crimson Shadows VXG thread. He was talking about if people got paid or anything. And, I mean, nobody was flaming per se. There was just one dude who said, oh, it's better not to criticize VXG or something, which is kind of a silly comment to make. And everybody was kind of like, you got to be kidding me, right? That's all there was. And there was Blake, and I'm not calling him out, I'm just giving an example here. Blake was in the thread, and he was kind of like, there's no need to flame, and you guys should stay in check. Like, what? Is this the kind of bullshit we have to keep up with now? I mean, players didn't get paid. It's okay to criticize the people who didn't pay them. I mean, it sounds reasonable to me. There's nothing against that. Or in that M2 Dave awesome tier list thread, Bill
We're gonna get to.
no, but I'm just providing an example. Bill Stickers was arguing with somebody about Harley, I think, and Bill Stickers said something along the lines of, oh, well, your argument seems to be that I'm an idiot, to which the other guy responds with, that's accurate. Okay. Not the nicest thing in the world to say, but I doubt Bill Stickers himself was really that offended by it. And then you had a mod in there telling them to calm down because, he said, yeah, you're right. I think you're an idiot. Like, come on, dude. We're passionate about the game. So we discuss these things. It always actually makes me chuckle whenever people say, oh, it's just a game. Like, first of all, we know that. Secondly, it doesn't matter. We're still on that website discussing who wins between two fictional characters in a video game that we're controlling. Like, come on, yeah, we understand it's a game. We're just passionate about it. So, first of all, that argument goes both ways. You can't tell me it's a game and then put all these super rigid rules that we have to abide by. I mean, it flies both ways. We're either chill about it and therefore you have to be chill about it too, or then, all right, well, we have to be on our best behavior all the time. I mean, they talk about negativity and whatever, that's fine, but what I don't understand is every time we bring up something, like, is that not allowed? And they say, oh, no, it is. So what I don't understand is what exactly is not allowed? They say negativity. I understand that. I'm all for positivity, but hype is fine as long as we keep it within the confines of the game. That seems fair to me. But I'm just going to use him as an example because they've been kind of he's been kind of scapegoated. Let's be honest. When has 16-bit ever called anybody out? Yeah, there's my 16-bit love. But when has he ever called anyone out personally? It's always for their matchup numbers or whatever, something he doesn't agree with. He might be very vociferous in his criticism. Sure, he's a passionate guy. I'm not saying he might not go overboard, but when has he ever took it to a personal level? Like, calling somebody an idiot because of their personal opinion about a matchup is fine for me. For the most part, yeah, things do get unbearable, but it's still, I don't think it's worth all this hoopla that we've had to endure recently. That's just my opinion.
Hoopla, that's a loaded word, hoopla. Really,
oh, sorry.
I'm saying, we need to tone down the language. Like, we are.
Easy, Tiger. I know this is the first time you've talked to the populace, but could you please just ratchet that?
Have I been infracted?
Yes.
Yeah,
your slang is too strong.
I might log out of my other account and it will cease to exist.
That fake American accent is too much. You're infracted.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a good talk. We're way off on the 10 minutes, but luckily we're okay. We're riffing here. So let's do a point recap. Fly definitely had some good points. He had some good zingers. I have him leaving out here at 6. He's looking good as he's going in. Ken had some great points, talked a lot, but the problem was he referenced Twisted Sister.
Ouch.
He went from 8 points to now 5 points, but he's still in the race.
D, how could you let me down, you and your sunglasses? God damn it.
HomeLee attempting to drag PBJ, his fellow brethren in ethnicity, down to the depths, earned him 3 points. He's looking good. Cool Whip, however, went on a very, very logical tirade. It's the most logical tirade I've heard of some time. He's looking good at 7 points. He might be the man to beat. Move out of the way, Forever King. There's a new man to beat.
I've got bad news for you, HomeLee. Basically, what Hippo just said is nothing you said was point-worthy except PBJ. Not even about that. Everything else you said was just fluff.
I honestly didn't even know we were in a new leaf, to be honest.
That's a blow-up.
It's a bit of a blow-up. All right, so another thing we got to talk about here. M2 Dave has returned to the forums, General M2 Dave, and he released a tier list that was originally called the Skype Illuminati tier list. Now called the Friends of the Internet tier list. Now, he actually put it out, and surprisingly, the response has been pretty calm. Only a few flare-ups recently. Is his tier list troll, or is it a true thing that we really should consider? Let's start with Ken.
I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say or not to say. As a oft-accused member of the Skype Illuminati, my opinion may or may not hypothetically know a guy that reflected it in that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Although Dave didn't tag me in the post, so I guess that means I can say whatever I want. I think it's legit. I think Dave did talk to all his friends that he trusts, and I am going to refer to them as friends because this is not, as far as I can tell, some sort of Skype Illuminati Hollywood player, yo, we're going to tell you guys what's up, and you're going to have to hold that. He put out a list that reflects mostly, not 100%, but mostly what the community believes as a general rule. You didn't have any typical Dave where you look in the bottom tier and you're like, oh, look, there's Deathstroke, and, the hidden message is LOL low gunshot. He didn't put any of that junk in there. It is just a tier list where he tagged everyone that he felt he had talked to about it. And it seems to reflect a general consensus with the community. I don't think it's a troll. Not only do I think he was being serious about it, I think the tier list is good and fairly accurate. Obviously, everyone will have their own varying opinions. I don't agree with every single placing, but it's super rare that you'll ever find that. But I mean, on the whole, I thought it was good. So I can't in any way, shape, or form consider it a troll. I think, God help me for saying this, but I think Dave is being a normal human being and not being Dave.
That's dangerous territory, really.
I know. I can't believe the words are coming out of my mouth, but I think that was a legitimate post. Go figure.
All right. Well, HomeLee, what do you think about this? You're a Batman player. He wasn't. This list looks like it's Batman to a place where he's not usually seen in most of this. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I opened the thread and I was reading through the list, and then when I saw Deathstroke at A tier, and I was like, okay, this is already a troll thread. But then I was reading more Dave's comments. I was like, okay, well, maybe this might be serious. The only problem I would have with this list is I would move Batman to B tier.
That's controversial.
This is not a downplayers podcast.
Yeah, stop downplaying. Eric, come on.
Maybe you guys just need to learn to block better.
Wait, hold that thought for 1 second. Cool Whip, don't you play Batman as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think because you've got some Batman brethren in here that you can downplay, it's it's illegal to lie on the internet, right? You can't do that.
Hey,
absolutely.
That's my opinion. I personally think he should be B tier, not A tier.
You're B tier. Get out of here.
Hey.
I mean, that is controversial. Many people think
there's a lot of controversy in this tier list. Let's be serious.
Well, give me some reasons why he's A tier, and I'll see.
I actually think Batman's been highly overrated since 1.06, so I'm with you. I just am giving you a hard time. It's fun.
I knew it.
I'm wise, man.
Lied. You told me lie on the internet's bad. You should lose points.
I've already lost points for referencing 80s hair metal. How many other ways can I lose points?
lying on the internet.
Hippo, can you please give me the rules ahead of time so I know when I'm getting infracted? This is bullshit.
I'll tell you about the rules. Hang on, I'm just removing tools.
Hippo, don't turn into a mod over here and create these rules, okay?
Can I change my name to Take a Hippo?
Yo!
Oh, wow.
That's
Nice.
low
I might
blow.
have to remove points myself.
Yeah, you just got minus 1,000. You're in the negatives for the next 5 podcasts.
That's why he's managing this, not partaking.
That's right. I know my place. Cool Whip, you were saying that you also played Batman, but you also noted that I believe you noted that Flash was up not as far as he normally is. What do you think about that?
Flash being top 5?
I think he was in that area, yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually kind of agree with Flash's placement. I really like the list, at least the first 12 spots, which, to be honest, is all that matters. I mean, I think after a certain point, you're not debating which character is better, you're debating which character is worse, which is kind of, I don't want to say irrelevant, but what does it really matter if Joker, for example, I don't want Quark jumping all over me here, but what does it really matter if Joker is at the bottom of the C tier or the top of the D tier? You know what I mean? We know in Injustice, these lower tier characters can actually compete way better than MK9. I mean, MK9, once you get past that 15th spot, nothing really matters. But to be honest, there's a lot of lower tier characters I don't know enough about to say whether it's accurate or not, but at least for the top 12 characters or so, I'm well in agreement. I think Black Adam's too high. I think Flash is top 5. I think that character is ridiculous, to be honest. Batman, I kind of agree with this spot. I don't mind him being moved to the B tier. I don't see any concrete reason why Green Lantern, for example, is that much inferior to Batman. I've always, I think for the past 2 months, us Batman players have been kind of hesitant to finally say what we've all been thinking for a while, and it took Forever King to kind of finally not downplay him, but accurately portray where he stands on the tier list. So it kind of set us loose, so that you get guys like HomeLee and myself and everybody else just kind of saying like, yeah, I mean, this character just honestly just hold down.
To quote that, we've actually been known, but we kind of have like a Batman Illuminati PM. We kind of already knew this. We just didn't want to say it in public for a while.
Right. But at least it's accepted now. It's starting to get, very few people actually called King crazy once he started downplaying.
Hold up. You guys are rigging this whole podcast.
Why?
Okay, first of all, I'm the Robin, they're the Batman complex is showing up right now. Already being emo. Also, I'm a non-Batman player, but I'm actually on their side that I don't think he's as strong as everyone thinks he is. You can ask around. I've been a Batman down player for a long time. Hold that shit.
That's fine coming from a Superman/Doomsday player. You got to look at it from the matchup perspective, and without taking too much bias, Batman is a powerful zoner. You ever see how Arma takes that last half bar of life just by burning his meter and zoning you out? I mean, Batman can do that at any point in the match that he wants and can build meter back just as quickly to do it again. His zoning, I think, is his most powerful tool, not his rushdown. So saying block low is retarded because his zoning is what makes Batman, I think, that much better.
No, I agree, Fly, but here's the thing. I think Injustice is a game where having a good anti-air is a major plus. Having good wake-ups is a major plus, and having a reliable footsie tool is a major plus. I mean, if you look at all the top-tier characters, there's sort of, few of them have all 3, but most have at least 2 covered. So, to me, Batman, I mean, honestly, if you don't have trade-out, I agree with you that Batman should be used less aggressively, especially when people can just push block and then you lose your bats.
Exactly.
And I agree that I actually think if he would put more time playing the character, I kind of like the way PL plays him in certain matchup. He plays him kind of lame, and it works. I saw him against Sonic Fox, and had he not dropped that last combo, I think he's onto something there in terms of just how to play him. But I mean, nobody's going to lose just because they get outzoned by Batman all match. At least none of the really top-tier characters. I mean, it's not like he's going to keep you out all match.
Well, I play Nightwing, so it doesn't matter.
Wait. Hold on. I don't want to turn this into a huge Batman discussion. Hippo, regulator, we might need to do that in the future. Make a note, write that down, Batman talk. But I cannot allow Cool Whip to go on any further because there is downplaying that even I don't approve of right now. You are right. Batman zoning is not going to beat you all game. And you're right. He is kind of missing some of those tools. However, when he does have trade out, his footsies and his anti-air his defense is fucking untouchable. So it's not as if he is constantly without it. Now, I understand that he does not always have it, and that is the critical juncture that makes a shit Batman and a good Batman is trait management. But when Batman is standing at jump distance and he's got those bats circling around him, most characters in the game are paralyzed at that particular moment. So I cannot allow you to downplay that.
And I would agree with you, but I think that actually highlights some of his downfalls relative to other characters, relative to somebody like Flash who can just get in on you and you have to deal with that pressure, with that 50-50. It's way more overwhelming, whereas I'm not saying, having to react to what the other player is doing as a Batman player is necessarily a bad thing. Now, you're right. Once he has bats out, you pretty much have to respect everything he does, including even throwing batarangs from unsafe distances because he can just cover his ass with bats. He can pretty much do whatever he wants, and I agree with you. But when you look at how overwhelming some character tools are, especially offensively...
if you guys hear that, that's the timer. We're not going to cut it off.
You just pushed a button. You didn't even have a timer.
I don't know. I'm fair and unbiased. This is timer.
Are you fair and unbiased?
What you guys should be upset about is Cool Whip's excellent timer scam. I dare say he was turning his old Batman.
You're just Hippo. You're just pissed you couldn't get it down to him.
That's for sure.
I was counting on HomeLee having my back and all this, and then he went quiet the moment Saucy Jack started bullying me. I can't actually...
My bad. You were having such a good explanation. I didn't want to interrupt it.
HomeLee was your bats. I push-blocked him off. You had no answer.
HomeLee pushed you in a trap.
No answer.
He pushed you in a trap and let you fall for it.
But unfortunately, the Robin stabbed me in the back, so... Yeah.
Damn.
Damien.
Well, it is what it is. You know what? I respect the timer. I respect that the timer was close enough for us to hear it, even though you just hit a button. But whatever. It was there.
I didn't hit a button. Well, anyways.
Press a button. Right now.
Fly was doing great that round. He had 5 points. Or he had 6 points. And then unfortunately, he had to talk about Damien. That dropped him a point. He's now down to 5. He's doing okay, though. He's still
That's bullshit.
Top. I'm fair and biased.
Hey,
right,
you know what? Amongst the Nightwing forums, the Damien skin is now the most popular skin, so whatever.
What's it like to be delusional?
I'm with you on that dude, Damien, man. Damien, alternate color. Get on that.
I'm on that. Apparently Hippo's not on that, and that's fine. That's okay.
Get on this dick, Hippo.
Ken now has 5 points. He used to have 7.
Damn.
However, Cool Whip regulated Ken. He had no options, and I have to take off points for that. He had no response. I think you got to step up your game, man.
Who has to step up their game?
You.
What? The timer.
You, God.
I think
you don't have to listen to that. You can respond back.
Whoever's talking.
You're changing the rules now. You're changing the rules. I see.
Dude,
whoever's talking when the timer goes off automatically loses points.
Can we talk about how Hippo and Hippo 2.0 right here? This scam is real.
We're colluding.
I'm pretty sure the East Coast is right. I think you and Cool Whip are the same person.
Well,
dude, we're colluding. But no, he's right. If the timer runs out of you on you and you're down on life, you lose. That's that. I gave you that Tom Brady shit. Hold on.
Mike, can you IP check these fools?
I can't do any of that shit, dude. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Mike's 3 bourbons in. He has no idea what's going on.
I'm only 2 bourbons in. Give me 1 more, though. I'll be all right.
All
right. HomeLee actually did pretty strong. He had some good points about Batman. Wasn't overly downplaying, so he came up with 5 points. He's back. He's back in the running. And then Cool Whip was doing great. Cool Whip had 7. He was very solid points. However, unfortunately, he did mention Tom Brady. He's now down 2 more points. He is down to 5.
I can't even.
Yeah, him and Fly are about tied for the lead, though. So Ken and HomeLee, I'm just saying, you guys, man.
Busy finding new and creative ways to lose points each round. So you just calm down over there.
You guys got to jump in. That's all I'm saying. All right, so here's another thing I got to talk about. Over the last few weeks, if anyone's been on Test Your Might, you've been barraged with a series of threads involving a character called Chrome. Spelled with a K. Now, Chrome has a very detailed plan about what a character named Chrome would look like in Mortal Kombat X. He even has a link to his blog, which includes all sorts of things, including fashion, the background of Chrome, the character, how he would work in a fighting game, and things like that. However, some have agreed that the amount of topics that has been put over on the internet might be too much, and there might be too much Chrome to handle, despite his signature saying Scorpion's too hot, Sub-Zero's too cold, but Chrome is just right. So is Chrome just right? Is he too much? Or do we not want to touch this with a 10-foot pole? Let's start with Cool Whip.
I do want to touch this with a liquid metal pole. I love Chrome, personally. I honestly don't know what is up with that dude thing, chick. I don't know who he is, what he is. I just think he's a breath of fresh air. And I understand he can be over the top. He is over the top most of the time. But hey, let's not be too unfair on the guy and start closing threads based on reputation. He asked a legitimate question earlier today. Should you take off your glasses while having sex? I mean, what? The dude was seeking information, and obviously the TYM Illuminati stood in his way. But no, honestly, I generally find the dude hilarious. So to me, I'm on TYM mostly for drama, obviously, comedy, and the occasional valuable information about the game, which is kind of rare, but what can you do? So as long as I'm getting my fix of comedy mostly, I'm fine. So I generally enjoy Chrome. I think he's actually really creative, and I admire, obviously as a Heidi account myself, I admire whenever you have the utmost dedication to an internet shtick. So I can only show Chrome love.
I don't even know if it's a shtick or not, and that's my favorite part about Chrome, and this is why I give him props. I'll be honest, I don't care about the character either way. Not in a F you, I don't care about you, but the cast is going to come out. It is what it is. We'll have who we have. That's fine. I don't need to pick or choose anyone. But what I do like is that Chrome, the poster, his give a fuck is at 0 about what anybody on TYM says. He gets blown up every thread, and he is having the time of his life. So if he's a troll, he gets props because his dedication to trolling is so strong, he doesn't care. If he is not a troll, his dedication to his obsession is so strong that I again have to give him love. The guy, Chrome, is a fucking ace, man. He's awesome. I don't give a shit about the character. I hope he keeps posting, and I hope everyone on TYM that gives him shit gets their account deleted and gets taint AIDS. I don't even care. Let the man have his fun. Chrome is awesome.
I mean, that's a very bad sickness to give to someone for just simply disagreeing.
Don't give a fuck.
Might need to just think about that a little bit.
I'm like Chrome. My give a fuck is also at 0. Let the man talk.
Can I chime in on that, on what Ken just said? I mean,
you can chime in on whatever you want. Sir.
All right, so I'm going to talk about first Chrome the poster, and then Chrome the character. Chrome the poster, I second everything Ken just said. I mean, by far, it's one of the most refreshing things of my day when there's drama going this way and that way. There's infractions, there's bans, there's drama, and then there's Chrome. And it's just a happy balance. I would call it homeostasis. I think that's a good word for it. Chrome is homeostasis. The character, I dig Terminator 3. I dig it. I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. You know, why not? Let's do it. Get Boone on the horn. Let's do it.
I mean, we could do it. I mean, would you say, though, he might be in a state of homeostasis?
Oh, my God.
Deduct another point from yourself, Hippo.
Terrible pun.
I'm just saying, I'm just agreeing with you. Homeostasis.
HomeLee, please give your piece so Hippo will stop talking. This is brutal right now.
HomeLee, please do.
With everything with Chrome, I definitely agree with everyone. I think he's awesome. I personally think he's a master troll. And someone said he was autistic or something. I think that's just a cover-up.
Takes one to know one.
He is a master troll.
Wow.
But also, I kind of want like Cool was saying like you shouldn't close his threads just based on like his reputation, because I remember he had like a thread that was which poster do you like, and pretty much it was closed because one of the mods was like, oh, it's pretty inappropriate, the female's like showing too much of her body. And it's like it's club posters, like they're not showing everything, but they're showing like what attracts to like that, the type of people that like that scene. And I believe the mod that closed it was actually a female, so I was like, oh, well, I know why you closed that mod.
We have a female mod?
I think it's Goldie or something.
Oh, for real? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so I was like, well, why are you closing a thread? He's trying to ask people which posters is good, and people were giving some legitimate answers, and then mod comes in, no, that female's showing too much, I'm closing it.
Hold on, I didn't see that thread, but was it like, is he opening a club?
I don't know. He just
Club Chrome.
Club Chrome, yeah. I would go to Club Chrome and I would fucking get down. Club Chrome, let's go. Let's make that shit
happen.
I'm
down. Let's do it.
I now imagine at the Chroma.
Yeah. I don't think that's the type of music they would play at Club Chrome, sir.
You don't think so?
No, although I have seen his blog, he's into women's shoes. I do have a question for the panel, and I'll actually ask you, Hippo, first, since you don't get to give your opinion too much here because it sucks most of the time. But do you? Whoa, Fly! That was inappropriate, dude. Jesus.
You forgot so we'll go. Master is.
I'd like to go get bourbon. I don't know what y'all doing.
Yeah, damn it. Do you guys? HomeLee has given his opinion. He thinks it's a master troll. I actually think Chrome is real. I'll ask everyone else, starting with Hippo. Do you think Chrome is real, or is he trolling?
I think Chrome is absolutely real. I think it's too deep. If you had a Heidi account, why would you go to such lengths to make a ridiculous blog? That really is a lot of time to go. That's a lot of copying and pasting from PhotoBucket. That is a lot of Flickr accounts, man. It's a lot to go through.
That's a lot of GeoCities websites.
That's right. It's a lot of, you know what I mean. It's a lot of work to go into a very simple troll at the end of the day. So yeah, I think he's totally real.
Fly?
I think he's smarter than we all give him credit for. I think he knows that TYM loves trolls, and so he does that. He takes that approach, but he also knows that he loves Chrome, and he loves what Chrome stands for, and so. I think it's part of both. I think it's a little bit of two worlds in one. I think it's kind of like Miles Wright. He's smarter than we all realize. He's smarter than all of us.
Smarter than the average bear?
Smarter than the average hippo.
Damn, shots fired.
Wow.
Cool.
I think points need to be deducted. I think
Hippo is an absolute tyrant with these points.
I was talking about the animal, not the person. Come on.
I'm turning into a real TYM mod here, guys.
Oh my god! Can you PM me my infractions, please?
No.
Damn. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Do you think he's real or fake?
I think he has genuine affinity for the character, but I definitely think he's a huge troll. Like an awesome troll, a very good troll. I think, honestly, the best trolls are those where you often have to wonder whether they're serious or not, and he really does that well. And I think at first it might have started as, for him at least, as a neat idea, like he likes the Chrome character, but then he took it to such great extremes. Nobody can be serious about that, especially with like the threads he makes about, there was this one thread where he posted 2 pictures of glasses with, shall we say, questionable colors, and I like them, by the way, but that's besides the point. And just asking, which glasses are better, they're so random and kind of seemingly irrelevant that there's no way he's serious. So yeah, I do think he's a troll, but he's an awesome troll.
Chrome confirmed Cool Whip's other Heidi.
Yes.
There must be more than 24 hours at a day for me to manage all these Heidis, dude.
I mean, gotta get on your game if you're gonna be a Heidi master. But either way, TYM, leave Chrome alone, man. I don't care if he's a troll, because if he's okay, you have your typical forum trolls. They're like your art killer bees and stuff. They're just there because they're trying to make everyone angry. That's the typical troll maneuver. You say something, and then Art Killer B's like, yo, LOL,
Wait.
Capcom.
Who else falls into that besides Art Killer B? Who else falls in the make everybody angry category?
Well, Miles' right. Again, he's obviously
No,
he
no,
only
no, no,
wants
no,
to
no.
troll about Frost because he knows people are going to get mad about it.
I love reading his posts. It's
No, I didn't say
hilarious.
I dislike him. And
Okay.
actually, the funny thing is, I think he's been more right than everyone else. Killer Frost has kind of been a bill, at
See?
least in the top 5 talk. But he's still, you know that the way he goes about it is obviously to irritate people. Even though it's his way of putting the information out, he's doing it to piss people off. He's being a troll. That's your standard troll format. Chrome, if he is trolling, I don't agree. But either way, if he is, you can't even be mad at him, man. That's like the way dude, the dedication to the lie is too strong if he is trolling. I think Chrome's awesome. TYM should be nice.
Nobody has created the following as quickly and as fiercely as Chrome has done.
Yeah, that's true. We literally, Hippo was like, yo, question 3, I'm asking you guys about Chrome. It's not like question 3, I'm asking you guys about Fred Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Nobody
awesome.
cares. Yeah, I mean, there's a Chrome PM going around, isn't there?
Yeah.
What? I want an invite to that PM.
I mean, how do we get an invite? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
dude,
some
I
people that are in it, but I want in.
Whoa, who got one?
I know
one.
Decay is
He
in it.
started following me, but I'll shamefully admit that I left the conversation.
What?
Oh, dude, can you please, that, I don't want to tell you how to run your show, Hippo, but if anything sounds like points deducted, it is leaving the Chrome PM. I'm just saying.
I am dropping points like a Harry Potter fan. I don't know what to think about this.
You know what? I'm going to give you 5 points for that, Hippo. Give yourself 5. Well done.
All right, I will.
And I'm taking away 5 points from Hippo for taking
Well, you
away
can't
points
do that.
from me.
I have the power. All right, so that was the timer. Signal the end. So
I didn't
let's
hear
recap.
shit.
Let's recap points again. Fly is in a bourbon state of fury right now. He's on 4. He got 4 points this
Hold
round.
on.
He's looking to take the win
I am empty. Guys, I'm going to go get a glass. I'll be right back.
while he recovers.
Yeah.
Ken is now at 5. He's been on fire this round. He did have some anti-host sentiments, but I did have to knock him down for a little bit.
God, can I go around without losing points? Damn it.
Why, stop being so insubordinate.
I can't help it, dude. It's my nature. Jew of steel.
All right. HomeLee was kind of quiet that round. I only had to give him 3 points. Speak up a little more. You're in the running still. You can win this. You only got to beat Ken. He's just an insubordinate ass. All right. Cool Whip was doing great, and then he said that he just left the Chrome PM. He went down 4 points. He's now at 2 points.
Wow.
It really, I mean,
So did Hippo win the round by getting 5 points for deducting points from Cool Whip?
there will be no talk of my Heidi's.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I am the host, and what I say goes, and I say leaving the Chrome PM.
Yeah.
It is a blow up. I just didn't want too many alerts every time I go to TYM. I know I'm not making it any better by justifying. I fucked up, guys. I'm sorry.
You didn't apologize.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I just got back with my bourbon. What did you fuck up on?
Leaving the Chrome conversation.
Yeah, that's a huge fuck up, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A lot of apologies going around. Now, I have another topic we need to discuss. And it might need apologizing, so let's talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Earlier this week on websites such as Event Hub, DestroyYukin.com, footage surfaced of a Mortal Kombat X play build that was available at some, I believe, an event in France. And one of the big things that come out of it is someone has just, someone clearly doesn't like the French capital. I don't know what to tell you. But either way, the one thing that came out...
Hold on. Hippo, is the French capital Moscow?
It might be Mouse Cow.
Oh.
Actually, I heard France was the capital of Germany.
I think that's correct, actually.
It was once upon a time in World War II.
Zing.
Shout out to
Actually,
Slips.
It was just an outhouse.
I can't hit the backspace button enough to lose points for that historical reference. Either way, so the big thing to come out of that was a video of Scorpion doing a jumping attack that appeared to be so positive that there's no way out. It appears to be a block infinite. Now, some people are making a big deal about this on the forums. Others have said it's not a big deal. Do we know? Is this a big deal, or is it just a big kerfluffle?
Who's first? And God, please tell me it's me.
Let's go to HomeLee.
Damn it!
Yeah, fuck you, Ken. Anyways, it's kerfuffle.
I'm out.
come on, it's a build at like a convention. Really? Are people really making that big of a deal of it?
I've heard talks, man.
I mean,
there might be a revolt, a consumer revolt.
Like honestly, like when you're marking up a video game at a convention, you want to show what everything is like, beast mode of everything. Like everyone's like, man, Scorpion's pretty fucking OP. I want to buy this game just to use him now. It's all just to make money, and then of course, when people get it, they're just gonna nerf the shit out of him.
No, I loved how when the thread was made on TYM, 16-bit made a post that said, "Just take the hit," which is funny because one, it's obviously not the real build, and two, he was obviously trolling. So yeah. I just think that's hilarious, and I think can 16-bit get points even though he's not on the panel?
16-bit
he
always
can get
gets points in my book.
Whoa, this is GGA bias, guys. I might have to.
No, not bias, but just
I'm talking about Cool Whip. I'm talking about myself. I need to tone it down.
Just some props on that. Just take the hit. I mean,
I need to take my own hit and go down for the team. Like my GGA bias clearly is too much.
Yeah, too strong, bro. I mean, as a member of GGA, I should like it, but you're actually making me uncomfortable. It's so strong.
Wow.
Look, everyone on this panel, everyone on TYM, everyone in the goddamn world, all of you. This is the dumbest shit I have ever goddamn seen. The game is months from release. I can only imagine. Okay, for the record, I have to say this because I get PMs, text messages, Facebook messages from people all the time.
Take a breath.
For the folks at home, Ken is literally choking on his own rage.
Yeah, guys, there's a Jameson-fueled fury. I can't imagine what it must be like to actually work at NRS and have to deal with this horse shit, because just as a friend of someone that works there, I get blown up. So for the record, I don't know shit about what goes on.
Wait. You're saying that people, because they can't get a hold of Bit, will reach out to you to ask you information?
They're like, you're friends with 16-bit. Like, can't you? What do you know, man? 16-bit doesn't tell me anything. He had to sign a goddamn non-disclosure agreement to work for the company. I don't know. I don't ask because I'm not an asshole like all you guys that are asking. Anyways, the game is months from being put out. It is not balanced. There's just moves. I cannot even begin to believe that people freak out about stuff like this. I bet you every character has an infinite. I bet you every character has some special move that does like 30% damage for no reason. The game is not out. It's embarrassing. This is why I avoid 2IM right now.
It's almost a shame that this is even a topic of discussion. Like, do we even have to really say that this is bullshit?
This is what the people want to hear, Fly.
Yeah, and what's even worse is, okay, of all the people that say this, half of them are going to hear us ranting about it right now, and half are going to be like, yeah, I know, man. You guys are so right. I don't know why people are blowing up about it, even though they're fucking doing it. They just don't think they are. The other half are going to think we're dumb. No, you guys need to handle this right now. Fire Paulo, get Boone on the phone. You know what? Blow this project up. Let's go to Injustice 2. MKX is already a wash. It's already a scrap. The game's not out. God, you're all dumb.
True. Dude, you just broke the recording.
Yeah, I mean, really, I might have to take out points for yelling.
Again,
you know what? I don't even care. I'll lose all the points in all the land if these motherfuckers will stop screaming about a block infinite in a game that is months from demo status. Not even months from release. We were months from a demo. Do you not remember the Injustice demo where Lex had an infinite? Do you not remember when Injustice got released? When he had an infinite? And I will stop after this. Go to SRK right now and look back a couple weeks at the litany of problems with Ultra. So the game got released and it is broke. Shit happens. Everyone needs to shut up.
So Ken, are you confirming a demo for MKX right now?
Oh damn.
I am going to deduct 10 points from everyone in the call hearing you say that. Unbelievable.
You have no deduction powers. I want the folks at home to understand. He has no deduction powers.
I confirm the demo will be out tomorrow. Check your Xbox Live store and PSN store. Out tomorrow.
Can I say something about this? All right. I think honestly, in my entire life I've never been as excited for a game as I am right now for MKX. But I honestly am absolutely indifferent to every single MKX video out there that isn't released by NRS. If NRS released an MKX gameplay video or a new character video, that's literally all I can think about. That I'm so excited to watch that. When Ed Boon did that countdown before ultimately revealing Quan Chi, I ran back home to see what the reveal was. But every single video that gets posted on TYM about people playing the game at some convention or some expo or whatever, I'll watch just to see kind of what the game vaguely looks like with how the. But other than that, what does it matter? Nobody knows how to play the game. It's still in its early builds, and I laugh at these people asking for info like such like frame data and such. Like, really? And combos and damage, like all of that is gonna change. I honestly don't care right now. Whenever I'm watching, it's not. Obviously, we have a new MKX gameplay video front page like every second, and most of them I don't even watch.
Well,
I honestly don't, because what's the point?
To be fair for those posters, though, they state themselves, hey, if you have any questions, ask us. So they kind of set themselves up for those situations.
Well, but they're also...
No. I'm criticizing those who actually ask questions about frame data, not the posters who... Like, it's no... If I'm going to play MKX, I probably will make a test on TYM. It's like, hey, guys, is there anything you want to know? But asking specific, almost tech-related question is kind of odd to me. It's pointless at this point.
I want to give...
Yeah, that's just how they are. I mean... Like, if you think about, like, you know, they're making ridiculous claims that, like, this is broke, you know, as Kim was saying, Fire Apollo, they're going to take it to the next level. I mean, do you really expect any less?
Well, I want to give props to the one video this week that came out, the Kotal Khan versus Sub-Zero video, where the Kotal Khan just wrecked shit. You guys remember that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. So,
I mean... regardless of the frame data, regardless of damage and all that stuff that we know is going to change, can we just talk about, you know, the basic fundamentals of the game that we saw in that video? I think that's by far the best video we've seen of MKX and is demonstrating the way the footsies work, the way the run button works, and how to, you know, just maneuver in what a new game could look like. I think that's worth talking about, in my opinion. No?
I guess I'll answer that, since I was the one kind of not criticizing, but kind of hating on these videos.
Sorry.
And no, I saw that video and I genuinely enjoyed it. I think it's by far the best gameplay video we've seen, at least out of randoms playing the game. They seem to be the ones who know what they're doing the most, which is not much, but obviously is good considering, you know, I doubt they had too much time with the game.
Right.
And that sort of video is fine because it gives you just like a vague general idea about how a character's moveset looks like, at least. We know the actual property of the moves are going to change, but we at least now know, you know, that one of Kotal Khan's variations, kind of very, very generally how it operates. I'm fine with that. I generally don't mind that. I'm just saying, when you see so many videos of people not even blocking and just trying out random moves and whatever, it's hard to really get excited.
Agreed.
But whenever there's actually a quality video like that, no, I agree. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. Actually, those videos of the people that don't know how to block, I just watch it because I'm hoping someone lands an X-ray that I haven't seen yet. I'm just like, oh, that looked cool.
The videos themselves, I don't have a problem with. It's cool. Like, you get to see the game, you get to see the characters. Maybe you see some moves that weren't focused on by NRS when they released their videos, etc. Maybe there's been a new build since the character was released and you get new moves that weren't there before, all sorts of stuff. That's great. I wish there was 1,000 videos. Fans can make all the videos they want. That's fine. I lose my mind when people say something's broke, something's retarded, something's over the top, something's imbalanced. Like, for all we know, they might not have even made all the characters for the game yet. You know what I mean? Like, so how can anything be balanced, imbalanced? It's all going to change. Things are constantly in development. It just blows my mind that people look at this stuff and go,
Welcome to TYM. You're talking to the group of people that complain about Goro being pre-order DLC bonus. It's like, you're not paying anything extra. You're just paying the game off early to get a free character, and you're bitching about it.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. I don't understand. It blows my. If this was.
Why do you think I'm a troll now?
If this was MortalKombatFans.com, then whatever, say what you want. But since this website, testyourmight.com, is supposed to be the home of NetherRealm Studios competitive gaming, that means these are people that are supposed to understand fighting games at the highest possible level. This community is supposed to know what the fuck is going on, and to see them lose their shit like little high school girls who didn't get asked to the fucking prom on time makes me ill.
Maybe some of the people from the MKX Facebook group, maybe some of them made accounts on TYM, and that's probably why you're getting a massive amount of stupidity in that thread.
Absolutely not. It is not them. It is some known motherfuckers on testyourmight.com that should all have their licenses to play games revoked.
To quickly elaborate on what you were saying, let's put it that way. When the game actually gets released and people play it, people who seemingly or ostensibly know what they're doing, and they say something is broke, the general level-headed response would be it's way too early to actually judge this one way or the other and say that it's broke. Unless it's Scorpion and he gets nerfed the next day, but that's besides the point. So what does that say about... Sorry.
Oh, blow.
Shots
No,
fired.
I think that's a testament to what happened. I think that's a legit comment right there. That's legit. Keep going.
Absolutely.
Cool. Keep
I'm
going.
still
You're in the right, man. Don't let these guys stop you. You're in the right. Keep going.
I'm still not over the Scorpion debacle, as you can still tell. But anyway, my point is, when the game gets released, sometimes a month, maybe even 2 months into the game, we say that, well, it's way too early to say that something needs to be patched or whatever. So what does that say about something that's in the game months before it gets released? Now, obviously, the Scorpion thing is not going to be in the game on release day. That's not the point. But judging whether something is broken or not 6 months or 5 months away from the game is pretty damn stupid. So I really understand how passionate Ken is about his in his whole rant now, and I absolutely concur.
So Ken, is Scarlet in the game or Nightwolf?
Yeah, but actually, it's Starwolf. It's a tag team sort of thing like Ferritor, but Scarlet basically has instant air hatchets. It's broke, dude. It needs nerfs. We need to get that normalized.
Ken, the better question is, will Chrome be DLC? That's what we all want to know.
I will not tell anyone whether or not Chrome will be released on May 17th as the first DLC. Oops.
But
All right. Well,
Rome is probably the last boss of the arcade mode.
all right. We got a time, but that was I want Chrome. I almost let it continue, but I have to moderate here. So this was a good round for Owen. HomeLee, Cool Whip by excess of 5 points. A lot of solid points. However, Ken. Poor Saucy.
what the fuck, Ken?
You were at 6 points. You were on your way. You were very close to being in the lead, ahead of Fly, and you just had to say this community. That's a 4-point knock.
I totally knew it.
We will not have martyrs on this show.
The real question is, have I lost more points than I've gained? Am I in the negatives
I
yet?
think 16-bit is beating you right now in points.
Damn it.
You're still doing good, but now you might be in last place.
I don't like you, Hippo!
Oh my god!
Wow,
That's
you're
another
pushing your luck, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really tempted to just erase all your points and have it done all.
They're at negative now.
Yeah, negative.
Are you putting me in Shoryuken's prison?
Yeah, I might put you in the shore. You might have to be banished to SRK forum for a month.
Damn it!
Scrounge for food.
Hippo to be moderator next, please.
All right, so now I have an actual question. Now, this is one, sometimes we do this just to mix it up a little bit. So, MKX, they've been very, very careful about who they're releasing as characters and things like that. So, we haven't actually seen much of the whole cast yet. However, we're now starting to get individual peeks into what each character looks like through those videos from the French convention and so on. So, I want to know...
The French Connection? That's a good movie, dude. Calm down.
Gene Hackman, it is a good movie.
That's one too many Gene Hackman references, so let's move on.
Wait, one is one too many? Dude, Gene Hackman's awesome!
That's one too many, so I gotta ask, we'll ask the whole panel here. Who's playing who at MKX? So if you're not decided, who do you think you might wait for? why have you decided, if you have, to choose this person? Let's start with Fly.
All right, so right now, based on who's been released, my favorite is Raiden. So, secondly, that's the bourbon talking. Secondly,
the chickadee
would be Kotal Khan. I think he's awesome right now. I think it's a really cool character design. I love the damage boost. I love the grappler setups. I love all of that. Who I'm holding out for, though, is a good question. I think I'm kind of, obviously my mains from MK9, Nightwolf and Scarlet would be awesome if they're in. If they're not, I might end up playing Raiden.
Lord Raiden.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, Lord Fly.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Step
Dude,
aside, B-Wiz. Step aside.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the battles between you and B-Wiz on the Raiden forums are going to make the Nightwing battles look like pretty much docile by comparison.
Dare I say that those battles might make them look like mere child's play.
The Nightwing battles
my
are
God.
docile.
Wow.
The Nightwing battles
my
are
God.
docile. Come on. Those guys, come on.
Lord Mortuus. Okay. What? B-Wiz? Can B-Wiz be a guest on this show?
He might have to be.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Appointment television.
It's going to be like M2 Dave with Deathstroke. I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
Oh.
I'm gonna go because no one else is talking, and I like hearing my voice. Of the
That might be a
characters,
deduction.
damn it! Of
Yep.
the characters already released, Kano for sure. He will be the first person I take into training mode. Kano
Teleport!
is awesome. I think that Kano is really cool because he is a survivor. Like Ed Boon saying in, I don't remember where he said it. It was one of those, one of the videos that they had put out. It might have been the Kano video. I don't remember, but that the dude's just kind of been like, the implication is that he's been chilling, like in the nether realm, just like making a living, doing what he has to do to survive. That's pretty awesome. And also, knives, Australian accents, and hairy chests. That's my thing. However, if Nightwolf is announced, it would be very difficult for me not to play my boy Nightwolf. Me and Fly, obviously, a lot of Nightwolf love. However, I'm trying to keep an open mind, and who knows, with Ed Boon telling us that there will be lots of new characters that we've never heard of, I don't know. If someone comes out and they're obviously a rabbi, how can I not hop right on board?
Oh my!
How can I not jump right on board the Hebrew hammer? You know what I'm saying?
Is Ed Boon
can't
Jewish? Is that a known fact?
Is what a known fact?
Is Ed Boon Jewish?
I don't think he is.
I can't spam the point deduction.
What? Whoa! Are you an anti-Semite, Hippo? Is that what's going on here?
This has nothing to do with that. I'm just
Why
saying.
am I not allowed to be excited if there's a Jewish character?
Now, hang on. I have a counterpoint. Wouldn't you play as Devora?
That's true. And when she was announced, I was extremely excited because her name is Devora, the Hebrew word for bee, for those that don't know. I was super, super pumped.
Wait, Hippo, did you really know that? You just, know that? How did you know that shit?
16-bit told you, didn't he?
That awkward silence. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure after she got released, I probably popped off in a Skype call that it was a Hebrew word.
I
Who
am
knows
a scholar.
that?
I am a scholar. I have done my research.
No, you're not. Bullshit.
So wait, so I told you, right?
I am the informed host. I will not listen to these accusations that I don't do my research. Please continue, Ken.
So anywho, I was super excited for that. However, just because her name is Hebrew doesn't mean that she's Jewish. So I can't play her just based on that. However, if I look into it, Bug Lady could also be called Kid Kosher, then we might be in business.
Haven't you seen her taunt? Her taunt, she lights a fucking menorah.
What?
In her taunt. She's
Whoa.
Jewish.
Whoa.
What?
That might be a point deduction. That might be a bourbon deduction.
Actually, I think that should be an 8-candle deduction. Actually, yikes. But anywho, so
you know what Devora would say to this?
You repulse us, hideous one.
Repulse us, hideous one. So anywho, we'll see what happens. If a new character, but all Jew jokes aside, if I'm leaving myself open because there might be a new character that comes out that I think is awesome, but for now, Kano.
HomeLee?
Okay, I'm actually kind of like on with Saucy Jack on that. I'm actually holding out for a new character as well. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for like maybe like a Kung Lao type character. That'll be my main for sure. If like a certain type character that's like Kung Lao would come out, that'd be awesome. But I guess if I have to say with who's announced right now, honestly, I'm just gonna go with the typical answer. Probably play Scorpion because. Like, my very first Mortal Kombat game was...
Because he has a block infinite and he's broke!
Yes, that too! Yes, of course, because we know it's going to be in the final build. But, like, my very first Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the N64. And then just after that, I just played Scorpion throughout everything I just got. Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Deception, Deadly Alliance.
Hell yeah.
You have no excuse here. By the way, you have no excuse here. I might deduct points for non-character loyalty.
Ooh, shots fired.
Oh... I mean, I'm gonna use him, of course. I'm just want to.
No, I mean in Injustice.
Huh?
What's up?
Oh, well,
Injustice.
I've actually been a Batman fan since when I'm like 5 years old, man. I'm the biggest Batman fanboy out there. So if anything, it'd be a betrayal to Batman if I dropped in for Scorpion.
Sounds like bunk.
Well, to be fair, I did use Scorpion a lot when he first came out because he was fucking awesome to play as, and we know why.
Yep.
Can we talk about HomeLee's laugh? How it's the most evil laugh we've ever heard?
Yes.
I mean, I've heard villains that sound far less intimidating than our good HomeLee here. You were born to be a villain in some sort of superhero movie.
I don't know, but yeah, like I said, I'm honestly, because it's a next gen type fighter, I want a new character that like would just appeal to me. Like, I don't want to go stick with old characters unless I guess there's no other choice, but I'm just waiting out for someone new that's just going to be like, damn, I want to use that person.
Someone is crackling.
Not me. I have no idea.
My mic's on mute. Should not be me.
Speaking of sizzling, Cool Whip, who do you think you might play as an MK?
Well, first I need to point out that it's absolutely not shocking that the Asian dude wants a Shaolin character, but yeah, I'll
you racist fuck.
To be honest, it seems like HomeLee and I are destined to play the same characters because if Kung Lao's in the game, I won't even think twice. That's who I main in MK9. So it doesn't matter if he's low tier, high tier, whatever. I'll definitely be going Kung Lao. I'll obviously be learning characters like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden because they're favorites of mine since the original MK games. But as far as right now, among the current cast who I would main, I'd probably go Quan, to be honest. Summoner variation. Looks so awesome with that fact.
Quan Cena.
Crickets.
Quan Chi.
Nothing? I can't get anything?
Nope. Point deductions.
You get points deductions.
I don't deduct. There are no points to deduct.
All right, so
you take it from Ken.
I don't like Quan Chi. He looks.
Damn.
He looks too much like a zoner. Nightwing doesn't like zoners, so I don't like zoners.
I don't know. His summoner variation looks amazing. Honestly, yeah. That little bat, that thing looks like it's some crazy vortexes. To be honest,
reminds me of Zod, and it makes me anxious.
Oh.
I mean, Pig was here before we started this podcast. We were playing, casual.
You're not supposed to bring him up. You're not allowed to bring him up.
He's not. He left before the podcast.
Let's just refer to him as the fallen swine. Continue.
Or Chris Benoit. Never mind.
Oh my god!
Whoa, that is holy hell! That's dark.
You talk about a point deduction.
We talked about 16-bit. We can't talk about Pig for like 5 seconds without like the whole community blowing up.
No, well, but we'll get censored. I love Pig. I apologize to Pig about what I just said, by the way. I absolutely love Pig, obviously, but you guys knew that. But we don't want to get censored. We want to get front page.
If you say you love Pig, it's an automatic ban.
Yeah, actually, you probably just got infracted, even though this isn't posted on the site yet. They just know.
It
It's
will-
okay.
It will
just
be
post more
posted.
I'll just post more from Hippo's account.
Yeah, you have to use your Hippo account.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
I wonder if they're gonna listen to this whole thing before they front page it. I don't know.
No way. Chance. No chance. For two reasons. Either one, there's not enough time to listen to us fucking BS for 2 hours. Or two, they're going to listen to the very first topic being like, what do you think about TYM's new rules? They're going to be like, God, no. No chance.
So is it a blow up that I didn't know where Lebanon was? I just looked it up.
Oh,
Wow.
Like Google Maps.
Dude.
that is a huge blow up. It's right next to Moscow.
I know, I'm looking at the map right now. I see it.
It's right next to Moose Scourin. Unbelievable.
I don't want to make this sound like, but you are really perpetrating some stereotypes about the South that we really,
Yeah.
this is 2014, man.
You know what? I'm from New York.
You're twerking right now.
How did you know? No, I'm from New York, actually. So the South
Who
is
couldn't
where I
convince
live.
any soul that you're from
Yeah.
New York.
No chance.
Rio and I are neighbors. We were
Mike.
neighbors back in the
Mike.
day.
Mike,
So you're
Mike,
so
too
you're
nice to be
neighbors
New
with a
Yorker.
gentleman named Giuseppe Grasso. is what you're telling me.
You're making up words right now.
What?
Wow.
Wow. What
Well-
kind of bourbon are you drinking?
Buffalo Trace.
Too strong, apparently, because you are cashed out, my friend. Where's Lebanon? You're making up words right now. I'm from New York. Get out of here.
No, Lebanon's right next to Damascus, apparently.
Damascus is not a country, dude.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh.
Stop.
I have no
Clearly-
association with Fly.
Fly paid zero to no attention to world history or geography.
World history, geography, current events, anything.
current events. I was just about to say.
Yeah, dude, this is a huge blow up.
I know it's a city. Come on, guys. I will agree, though. I did not pay any attention in any geography class I was in. I hated all of that stuff. All of it.
No one did.
If the next words out of your mouth are, I'm sorry about Gaddafi, we might
Yes.
have.
I'm sorry about Gaddafi.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, moving on. I didn't really give points that round. We were just kind of riffing, but so far I have to lean towards HomeLee for that weird Scorpion love. But then absolutely leaving him hanging in Injustice. That's a little shameful. I think.
Yeah, that is shameful.
He redesigned himself. He made himself look pretty for you. He was like, I don't really want to be in this game, but I'm going to make myself look pretty. I'm going to get a new design. And you just left him hanging. That's really, I think you need to apologize.
It's because he got nerfed.
You know, what? Good or bad aside, dude, shout-outs to Scorpion's animations. Like, his combos look awesome. His strings look awesome. Everything about Scorpion looks tight. Too bad he sucks.
I love
You know
2
what
up
else
3.
about his?
2 up 3 is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what else
Yeah.
about his combos look awesome? Once that damage pops on the screen.
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
23%.
Oh, God.
18 hits, 23%. Then you look down and you're like, fuck, I spent 3 bars for that. Damn.
With trait? Damn it.
Yeah.
That was actually with a super.
That was.
Oh, God.
And no down 2 for scaling. It just is.
Yeah,
That's
All
Ed
right,
Boon's
so now-
favorite character. That's a shame.
it is a shame. Now I have a pretty possibly controversial question to ask here. So obviously, the whole website seems like it's just really, really excited about Mortal Kombat X. We'll see people who even started Injustice probably move on to Mortal Kombat X, and some old veterans that didn't play Injustice come back for Mortal Kombat 9. Now the question I have is, who do you guys think, just based on what you think, you truly, truly feel, who's going to win? What player, is going to win in Mortal Kombat X, and what player is going to struggle in Mortal Kombat X? Let's start with Ken.
Let me go first.
All right,
because
HomeLee. He wants.
I came into TYM pretty much during Injustice, not MK. So I want to give my opinions because I wasn't part of the MK group as you guys were from the beginning. So I think players who's gonna win, I think Rio definitely will, PL, and CD Junior. As for struggling, I feel like they're gonna struggle at first, but they're gonna pick up the game really fast and start dominating fast too. It's gonna be Jupiter and Theo.
You're going to leave Pig out of that equation entirely?
Well, I can't say Pig because I'm from Atlanta. It'd be biased.
I don't think it's bias. I think he's shown that he's a dominant player regardless.
I mean, yeah, I'm always going to support Pig in tournaments, and I definitely think he's going to win a lot too. Like I said, I'm from Atlanta. People are just going to think my answer is biased. So I'm trying to name players outside of my state.
Just tell them you're from Asia, and you'll be good.
Yeah, dude, no one actually believes there's Asian people in Atlanta. You're fine.
What do you talk about? We have the most Koreans in the United States.
I don't know about that.
Dude, there's Super H Mart.
Ken, you might have to apologize.
Did you know that, Hippo?
I actually did.
Bullshit! Oh, wait, is that part of your extensive pre-show research? How many Koreans are in Atlanta?
Yep.
All right, you know what? You're good at the research thing. I'm buying it.
We're actually slowly increasing in Laotian and Vietnamese people because they're like the bottom part of the Asian race.
Wow. I'm glad you're the one that said that because I thought it would have been Hillbilly Fly, but I guess not.
No, I'm not that stupid.
Dude, to me, Laotians are like the Mexicans of Asians.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, Laos boy.
What does that even mean?
I want somebody on TYM who is of that descent to please make sure you post and make sure that we all know who you are after this.
Oh, my HomeLee. Dude, you need a mute or something. Good Lord.
Yeah, I don't have the muting powers.
Yeah.
I don't have the muting powers, but I might have to.
Yeah, that's... Whew. To answer your question, Hippo, I think Sonic Fox is the only absolute shoo-in to do well. The kid appears to be a prodigy. He's good at essentially every game that he picks up. So as far as I can tell, assuming he dedicates himself to this game like he does his other games, I see no reason why Sonic Fox won't be very good at MKX. I do believe Pig will also be good. I don't know if Pig will have success early, and I love Pig, so I'm not saying this in a mean or spiteful way, but Pig is too goddamn stubborn and stupid to be bad at a game. He just will not accept it, and he will bury himself in the game if he's struggling at the beginning. So yep. I think Pig is going to do very well. I think we're going to have some new blood again that are going to be very good. Some people that we won't see coming, and that will, of course, be difficult for the Injustice and MK9 OGs to deal with. I think White Boy is going to be good. I think he's a strong fundamental player. I think Theo is going to be good as well. Now, again, we'll have to see, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people, but those are the ones off the top of my head that I think will initially be good.
Can I ask you a question, Ken, about that?
Yeah.
So some of those players you mentioned were not original MK players before Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Is the block button going to be an issue, and is it going to make people not want to pick up Mortal Kombat X as much?
That is a really good question. In Theo's case, I don't even know if people know this. He did play MK9. He just wasn't that good in it. He really didn't dedicate himself to it, as far as I know. So I don't think he'll adjust. Now, White Boy was not an MK9 player. The block button may be a problem for him. You're right. My personal opinion is that he'll get past it. But for those that came in just for Injustice and were not MK players, the block button could be something that they struggle with. A lot of people don't like it. So we will have to see. As far as people that will struggle, Hippo, I am going to ask you for clarification before I actually answer that. Does it matter if they were successful? Is the implication that you're asking what successful Injustice players will struggle, or just who in general will struggle?
What I want player names. This is bold stuff.
All right. Well, everyone on Test Your Might and Injustice that is a tech monster and attempts to regulate matchup numbers and things like that, but don't actually understand what's going on, they're all going to suck in MKX2. Talking about You Take a Chance, talking about Rahelios, talking about Jimmy Potato, talking about Charlie Murphy. I'm talking about Mike Metroid.
Are you talking about all of Mid-Tier Mayhem right now?
Well, I did call all three of them out, but that is not specifically because of the podcast. The guys that I'm talking about here are the guys that, when's Footsie's coming back? LOL, the problem is Injustice just sucks. Blah, blah, blah. That attitude is the problem. it's not Injustice's fault that you're not doing well. It's not your character's fault. The problem is you have this attitude that it's all just supposed to just work for you. You have this thing in your and it's not how it goes. And MK is another new game, and it'll be the same way. And when you have that shitter attitude, you're going to suck at that game too. So all of those players on 2IM, the tech monsters, which I'm not even, and by the way, I'm not down on tech monsters. We need them. Tech monsters are super important. But the tech monsters that believe that it's all about the tech and don't believe in fundamentals, you guys are all going to get bodied in this game, just like you got bodied in Injustice and just like you got bodied in every other fighting game you ever played.
Shout outs to Nightwing forums. Anyways, not the point. Is that something that you want to really just focus on, is the whole, like, this is your attitude, this is why you're going to fail? Is that your point?
My point is that I don't care if your combos are the best. I don't care if your corner setups are awesome. And I don't care if you like the way the game moves or the way the game doesn't move. And I don't care about all that shit. If you're going to be successful, none of that matters. You learn the game engine for what it is, and you work with it. If you go into the attitude of, LOL, no footsies, LOL, Injustice, LOL, throw immunity, you're going to be a scrub. You're going to get beat. You're going to go 1-2 at every tournament you go to. If, on the other hand, you do what players like Pig do. Pig is a perfect example. I love Pig. He won't consider this a blow-up. He, by his standards, was garbage when Injustice first came out. He was bad. It took him forever to make a top 8, which sounds crazy for most of the community. But after the success Pig had in MK9, you would have assumed he was a shoo-in. He's going to go right back to the top. It's all going to be good. He struggled mightily, but he ground the game so hard, grinding to learn the engine, to learn how it works. That's what makes a successful player. He did not go to the forums and say, LOL, Injustice, I'm out, and then every 6 months come back and just troll people about it. He sat down, took notes, played hours every day, and then he got good.
But
and if you don't do that, you're going to suck.
Can I just say, he didn't base his goodness or his badness based on casuals. He based it off of his tournament experience, and he lost in tournament, and he was like, man, I suck. Even though he beat me, 20-7 in casuals and beat other people online, God knows how many wins to losses. He was a shitter until he placed in tournament. That was his basis for success.
I agree with that basis for success. Now, we can have a whole debate about that if Hippo wants to later. But I personally think tournament results are what matter. That's how you determine who is good and who is bad. All I'm saying, Pig was just an example because he struggled by his standards at the beginning. All I'm saying is that in response to Hippo, if you just want to complain about the game, no matter what the engine of MKX is, if you just want to complain, you're not going to be good. That's all I'm saying.
It's funny. The only person that's made top 8 here is Hippo. Is that right?
I have no.
And let's see. Well, technically, then Cool Whip has as well because they're the same person. The best I've done in a major is top 16. I have not made top 8.
Fraud.
I am a fraud, but it is what it is.
Now, cool. We actually haven't heard a lot from you. What do you think about this?
Yeah, as far as who will do well, to me, the two, well, there's never a guarantee, but as close to a guarantee as possible would be Sonic Fox and Rio. I've never seen Rio not be good at any game he plays, even Injustice, which he hasn't taken that seriously, or at least not as seriously as MK9, and doesn't seem to be as passionate about it. He still made top 8 every single time he played. I think he's a very smart player who understands how to break down a game and how a game operates, and as Ken was saying, that's probably the most important thing. Once you actually understand how the fundamentals of the game works, you'll be good at it. Sonic Fox, I think he'll be a terror to deal with, to be honest. I think that kid is a problem. I think he'll be the best player. Other than that, Forever King, I think he'll do well. PL, can never bet against him. I don't know if PL will do as well as he did in MK9 or whatever, but he'll still be good. Forever King will definitely be good. I think he'll be one of the top 5 or something. I know throwing out numbers right now is kind of silly, but that's, you asked a controversial question, you're getting an answer. As far as I think obviously GGA will do well, and it's not a love fest. I think when you have an offline scene who's so passionate about the game, so willing to grind matchups, and so dedicated to getting better, even if you're getting blown up early. Ken mentioned Pig, but 16-bit is also another example of somebody who wasn't doing well at Injustice early on, despite the tester's advantage, of course.
Killer Frost.
Yep. And see, he had all the advantages. Killer Frost was broken, tester's advantage, and he's an even bigger fraud than you, Ken. But those guys, I think they're so dedicated. I expect Dizzy to make a comeback and do very well. Yeah, I forgot about him. I think the CD brothers, if Junior likes the game, he'll do well. I think I agree with Ken that if you hate on the game, or if you start blaming the game for any sort of failure, or a game mechanic for any sort of failure, you are not going to do well, or at least not as well as you think you should be doing. So you're not going to live up to your standards. As far as who will not do well, if you want names, fine. I'll say B-Wiz, because I think he's going to want to be the best Raiden, honestly, and I don't think he will be.
Damn.
There, I just said it. Yeah.
Damn.
And the other one would be, all right, I'll mention a name. I honestly think he's really, really good at Injustice, he's a really good Flash, but I think sometimes he's too consumed with tech rather than how the game plays. And I saw his cage in MK9, and it didn't look that good, so I'll go ahead and say Zyfox. There.
Oh, you just unleashed a beast that none of us needed.
You just said it.
I'm sorry. Listen, I like the guy.
On the plus side, though, the thread that this goes in will now have 500 replies. So, top news for days.
Yeah. He'll talk about his placing.
His one placing.
Can I give Zyfox props though? I mean, I like his Flash. I like watching it. I think he's good. He's a great player in Injustice. MKX will be a new game, a completely different meta, completely different system. It'll be interesting, to say the least.
Well, to be clear, I'm honestly not blowing the guy up. I have no problem with him, and I do think he's got a good Flash. I just think he's got a good Flash rather than he's a very good Injustice player, if that makes any sense.
I think it does. I think, you get used to the game. You start to play the game that you know.
Yeah, I think he was way too consumed with coming up with all sorts of Flash setups, and he was way too consumed with tech. I think attitude was a bit of a problem too. I know Pig rebelled him hella, but he always talked about being the best, and then he had that good placement once and hadn't done anything since, yet he still, argued about that. I don't think there's much of an argument now. I just think, honestly, I'm also basing this on seeing his cage in MK9. I don't know, it really didn't look special at all. I could be wrong. I mean, he's obviously improving because he was much better at Injustice than he was at MK9, so he could very well be a very good MKX player. I'm honestly not trying to blow the guy up, but I'm just making a prediction.
Will you apologize if he makes top 8 in his first or second tournament?
Absolutely. But then again, he did refuse to apologize to PPJ when he said he would never make top 8 again. PPJ made top 8 at EVO. Happy there, HomeLee. I brought up PPJ, but
and you showed your GGA bias all at the same time. That was everything.
That's points deducted right there.
I want to point out that I didn't mention any GGA players because of the obvious. Everyone knows that 16-bit works at NRS, so I just wanted to leave GGA out because all of the tester advantage, knowledge, whatever. So that's why GGA I just left off the map. Also, just so I don't get blown up, because there are 2 more people that I definitely think will be good, and I didn't bring them up, and I don't want to forget them. Because a lot of people doubt them in Injustice, and I actually don't understand why. I also think Wound Cowboy and Blind Ducky will be very good MKX players as well.
Amen. I agree. I was thinking Wound too. Also, I wanted to bring up Detroit Ballin, who I know he didn't vibe with Injustice. He's going to pick up MKX and play well.
I agree with that. I think Detroit is awesome. Did I mention Pig? I think when you have Pig's dedication and understanding, he's obviously going to do well. But I agree that Detroit will be one of the ones making a comeback and doing big things in MKX.
All right. Well, we are out of time on that one. That was a good response. We'll see. When it comes to MKX, there's a lot of time. A lot of people have. I hope people don't feel like they have something to prove. It's just fun to talk about. Is all.
Where's the buzzer, man? We heard the buzzer one time. I feel like
I've been putting the buzzer right near the mic. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it.
Oh, dude, I just remembered something because I'm sure Crimson Shadow, if he listens to this, will mention this. The Terry brothers. Yes, we always forget about them, but they're obviously awesome at the game.
Yes, they will. You know what? I don't understand why they get slept on. Yep, they're just good, man. They just understand fighting games. They're awesome. Shout outs to the Terrys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who? If you had to name one Canadian person that would do well in MK, who would it be?
Not Dink.
Honestly, I would say Biohazard.
I can only pick one. You said, right?
Just one, or I guess I can say two if it's brother.
You are going to get me in a ton of trouble here if I need to pick one. I have a lot of Canadian friends, and I'm in
you live in Chicago, so you have more Canadian friends than most. So I get.
Yeah, I know. I got a ton of them. I am going to say, if I have to pick one Canadian who is going to be good, and God, the rest of you Canadians, don't kill me because I can only pick one. I am going to say Ekidus.
Ooh.
I don't know who that is. That'll blow up.
He literally just won a tournament yesterday. There's like a thread on TYM right now. He's a Montreal Catwoman player.
That might be points deducted.
Yeah.
From all of us who didn't know who he is.
From Fly for calling it out. If you guys didn't know, you didn't say it. Fly.
I mean, did you know? Did you know Hippo? Come on.
I am a host.
He researched.
Yeah, he did his research, obviously.
Knowledgeable on everything. Of course I knew.
He didn't know shit. Come on.
I knew it all.
He's the all-seeing eye, bro.
Yeah,
There's a reason we were all silent when Ken mentioned him, because all of us were thinking, who the hell is that dude?
Exactly.
No. I actually knew because I read that thread at work.
There's literally a threat. He literally won a tournament. And the Montreal scene, dude, shout-outs to the Montreal scene, by the way. They actually have a ton of players on 2IM, and you just don't know that they're up there. It's between Injustice and MK, but you have, like, Ekidus, Quantum, Zap, Jur, that Chris Batman that bodies everybody online. Like, they're all from that Montreal scene. That scene's on the up, man. They're good. Look out for them in MKX.
Well, I want to go back to something that I heard somebody say. I don't know who it was. You said definitely not Dink.
Nah, I was just about to comment on this. I was definitely trolling. I think Dink will be good. But so
Are you sure? Are you sure? I want to give you one more chance. Are you trolling?
He wouldn't be my top pick. If I had to say, I would go Honeybee. I think that guy is ridiculous. But I think Dink will be. I think honestly, as far as players go, I think Dink will be mid-tier, which is good.
I mean, I would put. I've always been a mid-tier player. I'd like to think that I'm higher than I am, but I'm really just kind of a mid to high tier player. I would put Dink on the same tier as myself, and I wouldn't say I'm on Pig's level in any rate. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, I honestly don't mean it as an insult when I say mid-tier player. Like, there are only a handful of really truly top. Otherwise, everybody would be top. I mean, there are only so many spots you could occupy in the top 8. So the actual super top players are select, I think. So being mid-tier probably means that on your day you can beat anybody, but you're just not going to have consistent. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
That makes sense.
I can't do it. I have to do 2. I'm sorry. I also think an MKX Bipolar Express is going to be really good, and people are going to have to keep an eye out.
Even with the Bane lack of fundamentals?
I actually think that he is better than he gets credit for. And
better than Max?
I did not say that. I believe Max is better than Bipolar, and that's not a blow-up. I tell that to Bipolar's face every time I talk to him. But I think Bipolar Express is better than people give him credit for, and I think he had some extremely bad luck the first time that he got to go to a tournament. So I'm hoping that he can prove himself better in MKX. I know he wants to. I know he has a better understanding of fighting games this time around. And I'm kind of mad you guys didn't know my boy Dux. I hope Ekadus bodies all of you at EVO. That's what I'm hoping.
I hope so too. Hippo, I want to know what you think though. I mean, you're from the West Coast. We're all from the East and Midwest and Lebanon.
Where's Lebanon again? Where's
next to Damascus?
Yeah,
City of Lebanon, next to Tokyo, obviously.
Damascus.
I mean, if you look at the map, Damascus is right there. Come on, it's not that serious.
Dude, you're not making it any better.
I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, Hippo, who do you think is going to do well in MKX?
I think the people who will do well are the people who have been consistent. Maybe not consistent all the time, but consistent to a strange degree. So you have guys like the Terry brothers who are inconsistently consistent, where you have them win. You know, early on they won. They went to like that EGP Revelations, and they did very, very well for themselves. They went to Wednesday Night Fights early on, did very, very well for themselves. And then DJT ended up getting top 8 at EVO that year, and I think MIT didn't place too far behind them. Like, I think he was like at least top 16. And then they kind of slept on, for a while. They just kind of didn't really do much, just kind of drifted along. And then SCR came at the beginning of 2014, and DJT got top 8 at SCR, and Malik almost made top 8 again. And then at EVO, they both got top 8. So again, we're inconsistent consistency. I think those guys really have it in their gut to do well.
Are they the only West Coast people you'd put in that category? Besides Theo, maybe?
I was surprised he wasn't mentioned, but I'll say Tyrant.
Oh. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Tyrant was very good at Mortal Kombat. When he played, was very good at Injustice. I mean, he still makes top 8s to this day. And emerging, very, very good Killer Instinct player as well. And I've played him even in other fighting games. He's always been very consistent, very good. I see no reason why he wouldn't be great in Mortal Kombat X.
Obviously, Tyrant will be great in Mortal Kombat X. I mean, the guy's a genius when it comes to fighting games. He's innovative. He's different. He doesn't play a character the same way that you'd assume he would play, and that's what makes Tyrant great.
Right. He's probably the most entertaining player to watch. If you combine MK9 and Injustice together, he's probably my favorite player to watch.
Can I talk about my casual stats with Tyrant and MK for a second?
Sure.
So, like, back at EVO 2011, we played a tag match. It was like 2 versus 2 in MK9, tag. And I beat his Jax. I was really proud of that. Which means nothing. But
It was tag. Who were the other characters?
Whoa, hold on. You beat him in one game of online tag, and you didn't post a matchup chart?
It was in person. It wasn't online. It was in person.
Oh, you beat him in an offline? Dude, why did you not post a matchup chart?
Well, this is EVO 2011. I mean, this is the first year.
Are you not a member of Test Your Might? Why didn't you post a matchup chart?
Well, I don't.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
All right. Carry on.
Yeah.
And then, back, I don't even know what tournament it was. This is 3 bourbons in, so I'm sorry. But I played as Jax with my Scarlet, and I did okay. I think it was, 5-3 in my favor. I feel good about that. I'm going to take that.
So you just spent the last 2 minutes popping off about how you're Tyrant's master.
I mean, I'm not, because he's a much better player than I. But in the 2 times I've ever played him, I've somehow managed to come out on top randomly.
But makes you master.
Minus 2 points for prop fishing.
Yeah.
That's not prop fishing. That's real props.
I think, just a little bit tag.
It's real. It wasn't, okay, it was tag, but it was real.
Tag.
And you didn't post a matchup chart.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, wow. That is.
All right, that's fine.
That wasn't very good.
Oh, real rap. Come on now.
Sorry.
And I didn't answer the other half of the question. As far as people who I think maybe will struggle in MKX, I happen to agree with Ken. When the people who proclaim the return of footsies and their neutral game and how proud of it they are, guys like, Satsuki Yasuhado and Slayer love to spam Twitter about the return of footsies, and people just don't know. Just show it, man. I don't want to hear the talk. Just show it. 110%. Give it your all, because these guys were not gods in Mortal Kombat. SCR top 8, I watched it. It was 16-bit and keyboard player. Those were the top guys. These guys have they don't have a lot to prove, but I'm just saying, if they're going to talk like that, they need to really back it up. And they don't have the resume to talk like that, in my opinion.
Shoutouts to P-Board, by the way. Super underrated MK9 player.
He definitely got super good so late in MK. Like, I was so impressed watching him play.
This year's Kung Lao got really, really good. It's just that, most people had stopped playing. Even though that top 8, actually, people looked surprisingly not rusty when I went. What tournament was it? It was a West Coast tournament earlier this year.
Probably had to be SoCal regional.
SCR.
Yeah. His Kung Lao looked super good. And I think he beat 16 a bit in the final. His Ermac, too. I mean, he plays 2 characters at a really, really high level. And 2 entertaining characters. I mean, I'm biased towards Kung Lao, but I always thought Ermac was super cool.
Hippo, are we going to talk about, best tournaments so far, or is that not a topic for tonight?
Well, I had a topic, but I think that would be a better topic. So I'm going to go around the panelists. We're getting towards the end of 2014. It's been a good run, I think. A lot of exciting tournaments. What do you guys think was the most exciting tournament? And now I have an obvious answer, so I'll keep out, but for personal reasons. But what do you guys think?
I think MLG was probably the best tournament I've ever seen in my life.
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding? I've never learned so many times how Starburst maintains their extreme juiciness.
Or how Peyton Manning can toss a pizza.
That's 5 points.
Yeah.
Excellent answer.
Oh, good Lord. God, that's a tough one. There's been... Oh, man.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm just going to say Evo. Only because I had trained with Pig so much for him to get ready for Evo, and just seeing him get on stage all hype and shit, even though I didn't see any at Evo because none of the polls were streamed, but just seeing him make second place, it was just really, really hype for me.
Can I second that as a really close friend of Pig? I mean, I couldn't be there, but I was super hyped for him, and all those guys, Sonic Fox, it's been the scene that we've been around for a while, so it was amazing either way.
Obviously, for personal reasons, Evo, just having 2 GGA guys in top 8 was great, especially knowing how much it meant to both of them, especially PPJ, because that was his first time there. And this was on, everyone on the doubting, is PPJ actually good? And now everyone can hold that. So on a biased level, it would have been Evo. I'm trying to think of just from a watching standpoint. I am actually going to say, and this is going to sound contrived, but it's not. Despite my well-documented problems with how the tournament was ran, from a competition standpoint, final round was amazing.
I agree.
Of course you agree. You were a big part of it. Lord of the Fly with his 2 landmark victories, that was amazing.
But that's not why I agree. That's not why.
Hold on. I'm just trolling you. But
okay. All right. Good.
Getting those landmark victories that's huge. 16-bits Catwoman again. Newbie in top 8 again. The return of Playing to Win when everyone thought that Playing to Win was dead in the water was huge. If you go back through, this is something that we talk about at the world-famous Tonys a lot. When you're trying to determine the strength of a tournament, the strength of a tournament is not the top 8. Because the top 8, even at a small 45-man tournament, is still going to be the cream of the crop at the top. Maybe you have one random guy sneak in and get 7th. But for the most part, top 8 at those tournaments are always consistent. It's all the top guys. And then you don't know anybody in 13th place. Well, when you look at final round, and you look at who got 17th, who got 25th at that tournament was pretty stacked. Super exciting. And then just another quick one, and then I'll stop. I actually thought UFGT this year, outside of the everyone going boo Aquaman nonsense. But UFGT had some really, really great moments. You had the return of Gross, and then PL destroying him on stream was awesome, and like little moments like that. 16-bit beating Pig. It's a shame that wasn't streamed. That was huge. You had the Biohazard Max drama. You had Honeybee there doing his thing. You had Forever King Jr. making noise. UFGT and Final Round, probably those two were pretty awesome to watch for a lot of reasons.
All right, to give two different answers, I would say, obviously I concur with much of what they said. I would say KIT. I really enjoyed it. That had Saltface versus Max, right? That was an awesome set, and Max versus Forever King was great too. I think it was the community's first true exposure to Bane. I mean, not everybody watches the Ghost Battle series. At least it's not as high profile as a major. So I love that tournament. It was also, I think, 16-bit and Pig's first time making top 8, so that was news. Playing to win, going 0-2 was a blow-up. It made everybody happy, let's be serious, so I'm just going to say it.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Who was the other guy who beat him? You beat him, Jack?
Katana Prime. And what's awesome about that is Katana Prime was only in losers because of a random loss he normally wouldn't have. People don't know this because it was all off stream. Katana Prime lost in the first round to Clint the Beast, an AK guy who played.
Whoa.
Everybody knows Clint. Come on.
Never downplay.
I don't downplay Clint. Clint is awesome, but the NRS community doesn't know Clint like the FGC as a whole does because of his Tekken career. So everyone's like, who the Injustice players? A lot of the community goes, who the hell is Clint the Beast? He's awesome. I love Clint, but Clint actually sent Katana Prime to losers in the first round. And obviously, this was before GBS was even that big of a deal. We had only been on for a little bit, and I still was struggling with Injustice. I had made, I think at that point, top 8 at a regional. That was the totality of my career. So no one thought I would be playing to win. And then Katana Prime, A, being in losers immediately, and then B, winning. Well, I mean, that's awesome.
The other thing that's really hype about KIT was how much of a stink the bracketology was at this event. I mean, okay, shout outs to KIT because they changed things the way the players wanted them to be changed. They listened and they've responded appropriately. But playing to win made a really big issue about having been put in a certain pool based on his previous tournament resume and got put where he wanted to. He said basically, I want to be put against Saucy Jack, who is an unranked, unseeded player, and then he got bodied. Could we just? I mean, let's just.
That was a week after Playing to Win had suggested that they should be a forum only for top 8 placers. That's probably still one of my favorite TYM moments. I would also mention another tournament that's, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but honestly probably should get more love. I know it's mainly East Coast, but Winter Brawl, the return of KDZ, those grand finals against Sonic Fox. I remember the last 30 seconds were just KDZ having a super and him just walking back and forward with Sonic Fox being kind of hesitant to do anything because obviously he'll get punished and lose, and the crowd was cheering. That was pretty hype. Tom Brady, I think, got top 8 too. That was a cool tournament. I enjoyed that. So I think Injustice, for all the shit it gets, when it comes to tournaments, it's always exciting, without fail.
Yeah. So what's
Actually, there was another tournament that happened recently up north. I honestly forgot which one it was. TFC. Yeah, TFC, my friend Storm the Gates, Matt, he doesn't even play this game seriously. Like, he'll play, like, from time to time.
I don't even play this game card. Come on.
No, he really doesn't. Like, he really doesn't. He just plays, like, when we play because he's just like, all right, well, I don't want to sit here, so I'll just play. And he almost got top 8. And I was just like...
He played well.
God damn, he played so well. It made me so hyped watching him play.
He did. And, HomeLee, I know where you're coming from, so I know how much he plays a little bit, so I can see where you're saying. But you can't give him that, That option
I'm gonna
select.
give him. No, he didn't use this. I'm option selecting for him. You
Okay.
guys played a game. He almost got top 8.
All right. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
What character does he use?
Marshman Hunter.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it.
Don't be like that.
So my top two
No,
are
it's true.
SCR and Final Round. I remember Final Round, even though I got 9th and that was my big claim to fame, the competition in top 8 was amazing to me. Watching top 8, I was dumbfounded. I knew that I should not have made top 8 by watching top 8 and realizing how much further ahead these guys were than I was. That was my light bulb that went off for me. Final Round was the tournament for me. And SCR was amazing. Those guys were killing it. And I was super impressed with everybody that played at SCR. Tyrant, I mean, those guys, they killed it.
Shout outs to Hippo for that one too.
Yep, Hippo. Shout outs, bro. Killed it.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
Hippo forgot which of his mics to unmute for that
Yep.
response.
That's exactly what happened. I'm having a Donald Rumsfeld lizard fan.
Oh my God, Donald Rumsfeld references. That's where we're going now. But I get blown up for D. Snyder.
You're not getting you're getting points. I'm not. I can make any reference.
Actually, I'm not getting points. I'm getting them deducted.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're about at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to run down our points right now because we're about to move on to our final topic.
Oh.
So I have to say,
God.
surprisingly, after a slow start, pulling in the lead is HomeLee.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You're making this shit up as you go.
Possible. How is that possible?
That was my plan, to let Ken hang himself.
Games are made up and the points don't matter.
He is at 28 points. He's beating all of you. Batman, he needed prep time and he got it.
That evil laugh.
He's called out his great bats and he's going to town.
Right. Now, in second place, Lord of the Fly. He's 4 bourbons in, but he is many points ahead of everybody else, except for HomeLee, of course. So Atlanta really taken over, by the way. I think Lebanon and Chicago should be ashamed right now.
Well, I don't know how many points I have, but if we add in how many I've had deducted, how much?
You're about negative 47.
Oh man, Bodied.
You'd probably be about 30 if you weren't so insubordinate. In actuality, Fly has about 26 points. Ken, you're rounding out about 21. You're actually not too far off. And Cool Whip has 23. So,
All right.
It's rigged. Shit's rigged.
How does that feel,
However-
Ken? Feel good?
however, again, there is one final topic before we move on to the final showdown. I'm going to introduce it right now. Here we go. Final topic. And actually, this is sort of biased, but you guys can all weigh in. Recently, Pig of the Hut has decided to step away from the community, as we all remember. He has decided to no longer indulge in streams or anything of that matter, creating content-wise for the community. And as a result of that, the AK has also gone from his name. But the weird thing is, it's not just Pig. We've also seen Saltface and Blake, formerly Bleeding AK, now drop the title. God, what is going on here, guys? I'll throw it to the panel. I'll throw it to the Atlanta guys first.
Maybe we should go last.
Nah,
throw it to
you guys should go first.
HomeLee,
Mikey-
I'll let you
Mikey,
jump
start
in
off.
first. What's your thoughts on this?
Man, I don't know. I'm about to rustle a lot of jimmies.
I have a quick question before you wrestle the Jimmy, so Cool Whip and I can formulate our thoughts to keep everyone
Go ahead.
abreast of the situation.
Collusion.
HomeLee, do you still have AK on your tag?
I never had AK on my tag visually on TYM. Like I
No,
always had
so-
it for like locals and stuff.
So at tournaments you do rep AK, right?
For KIT, I will not be. I'll
Okay.
just be going as HomeLee.
Lord of the Fly, are you still AK?
Yeah, I'm still AK.
Okay, I didn't know, so I just wanted to get that in my head. You guys can continue. Sorry, go on.
All right, so Russell Jimmy's away.
So as for Pig leaving the community, that, it's his decision, and honestly, I kind of agree with it. With the amount that he does, he puts out videos, he hosts tournaments, and then, there's the side that, likes him for doing that, praises him and stuff, whatever, and then you got the side that pretty much just doesn't like him because he will I will admit he takes things like out of hand sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game, people will say like, oh yeah, words can be used like, harder than it is, but like, if that was true, then half the people that play Call of Duty would have killed themselves already if that was true. But as for like, Saltface and Blake leaving AK, like personally, I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. Like, I have personal issues with them, so it's not something I really want to bring up. So them leaving is no fucks here for me. Actually, I think it's actually good for AK.
Damn.
Ooh.
Well, I'm going to jump in and add a couple things. First of all, I'm just going to go ahead and say that there's probably a lot of things I don't know as far as why certain people have left, why people have decided to take the AK away. Here's how it started. It started off with Reno Rex. We all know Reno. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's tight. He hosted a lot of our locals at first, and he hosted them in his basement. His wife and kids upstairs. I mean, the guy was doing a solid for the community. He invested a lot of time and energy into Yomi, which has now become, kind of the infamous Yomi, which is the Atlanta basis for something that is yet to be named. Who knows what that's going to end up being like? I don't know. It's not open yet. It's not for real. It's a long-term carrot, I guess, for the Atlanta community. And I think that has been one of the reasons that has separated AK and Saltface and, Blake, and I'm going to include Trey Pound in that from some of the rest of us. It's just separated us in a way where we're no longer going to locals at the same time, at the same place. We're not competing at the same events, and I feel like we're no longer a community. We're no longer an Atlanta group.
There is no AK. There's just a group A and a group B that we just don't like each other straight up. Like, I'm just gonna be honest here. We don't fucking like each other. Like you have Trey Pound rooting against Pig at Evo, okay, and then you have people going on like OBS and blowing us up or whatever. There's just that. We don't fucking like each other.
From an outsider's perspective, I obviously can't comment on what's fracturing you guys. I will just say, as someone who's lucky enough to have a pretty dedicated local scene, and that's not just Team GGA, anyone that's had a chance to watch Ghost Battle Series, people are familiar with a lot of our regulars. We refer to them as the GGA affiliates. They're not on the team, but your Fruza de Bruzas, your Rational Gyms, your McCuddy Mayhems, etc. It's nice that Chicago has such a cohesive unit, and every scene has infighting, but it's very small. I just think it's a shame, and I'm not saying you guys are wrong. Don't look at it that way. From my perspective, I just think it sucks for you guys that you have issues with AK, because I know how much a lot of people desperately wish they had a scene. So it's unfortunate that your scene is struggling. And all I can actually say is I wish you guys the best, and I hope you can work it out. If you guys think it's better, then so be it. I just think it's unfortunate. As far as Pig leaving the community, Pig is a large personality. Everyone knows that I'm friends with Pig, so you can ring me up for being biased if anything I say is biased or whatever. But he's a big personality, and with big personality comes a loud voice. So yeah, when he says something that rubs people the wrong way, it's going to come off even stronger than, as we were talking about earlier, someone calling someone an idiot in Chrome's thread or whatever. That's someone who doesn't have as big of a voice, so it's not heard as loudly. And there's not as much of a fallout, a backlash, or reaction. The way Pig deals with things is loud, because it's goddamn Pig of the Hut. That's just how. Look at 2AM. The man has like 20,000 posts. He always talks, and that's fine, because he does in my opinion, so much good for the community. People have been sent to tournaments that they would never have got to gone to because Pig hosts these online things. You had more recently the Red Hot Sundays or whatever they were called. Pig will play anybody online. Everyone with their Hollywood player this, Hollywood player that. If you send Pig a message and you say, hey, I have a friend, and this friend is a nobody. This friend will tell you he's a nobody. None of you will even know who he is. He is a nobody. But he had a tournament coming up that he was going to, and he said, Pig, there's going to be a Zod. Pig played a nobody 80 games online in one night. They played for like 4 hours. He's a good dude, and I don't fault him for leaving because I think he's been shit on by the community, and despite his problems, I've always thought that the good outweighed the bad when it comes to Pig, and I still do, and I think it's a shame because I think him stepping away, while I agree with it, and if I was in his shoes, I would probably have done the same thing, I just think it's a loss for everybody, and I don't think they realize it.
I second that 100%.
Yeah, agreed.
Pig and I go way back to MKD, and we were buddies way before any of this got to any type of serious level in the NRS scene. And I've kind of been a little bit more behind the scenes. He's been a little bit more prominent, and he is by far one of the loudest personalities I've ever met. But you gotta take that, and you gotta know that he takes this seriously, but he doesn't at the same time. He loves to have fun and joke around as much as he loves to compete and to win. And once you realize that, you can't really hate the guy. You gotta take it and you gotta love it. Because he has a honest respect for both sides of the competitive level. I think that's what's important. Is you gotta respect both ends of it.
All right, I'll quickly comment on the AK thing because honestly, not living over there, I obviously don't understand quite exactly what went on, how it works. I just think it obviously sucks to have a local scene and to lose it. I think anybody who has a consistent local scene where they can play and practice and level up would attest to how valuable this is. So whatever the differences are, I think you all came out worse for the wear because of the fact that you no longer have... Well, I mean, if you guys still get together and play games, I guess it doesn't really matter. But having a local scene, as far as like character variety, as far as just how the sheer amount of players to play, is obviously always a positive. Regardless, as far as Pig leaving, I'm honestly saying this as somebody who had never had any interaction with Pig outside of TYM, somebody who's not a top player, don't even live in America, or at least I'm pretending not to. Never attended a tournament or anything, just as a pure casual TYM poster. Pig of the Hut is probably one of, in my opinion, he's at least in the top 2 most valuable members of the community. Yes, he's fucked up sometimes, and yes, he's owned up to them. The whole Paolo debacle, everybody keeps bringing it up. Yeah, he got over emotional. Pig can be prone to that. He'll be the first to tell you, and he owned up to his mistake, and that's that. I mean, God
forbid you beat him 3 games in a row in a set. God.
Yeah, he takes that the wrong way. It's awesome.
Even if he was winning 20-3 and you win 3 games, shit.
Pig is passionate about everything for better or worse. So, yeah, he does kind of go overboard sometimes. The Paulo thing, I'm only bringing this up because I heard on OBS they kept bringing it up. All right, he messed up, but dude, it's not like the guy got fired because of him. He just asked for it. It was a silly thing to do, and Pig owned up to it. Hey, it's no different than people asking for somebody else's job for similar mistakes. I don't want to name names, but come on, we all know what I'm talking about. Regardless, Pig, the things Pig does for the community as far as the Red Hot Sunday things and online tournaments. Listen, I appreciate Take a Chance and Rio kind of picking up where Pig left off. It's nobody's right to have a monopoly over that. So if people want to stream, that's great. But we're kidding ourselves if we don't recognize that Pig's aggression, in a sense, the way he markets things so aggressively, the way he harps on things positively. I'm talking about the Red Hot Sunday thing. took place for like 3 consecutive weeks only. That was it. That was his entire lifespan, and it blew up. It looked like it's well established, and it's been something that's going on for like a year because Pig was able to promote it so well and execute it so effectively. Online tournaments, you guys remember Madsen, that German dude who flew all the way from Germany to MLG to play? Like, that's a dream come true. It's not an exaggeration to say that's a dream come true for somebody who's really passionate about Mortal Kombat. So, I mean, what the guy does... All right, remember, Pig may have, and this is no exaggeration, single-handedly saved Injustice's life when he saved Combat Network's ass at NEC by streaming. The game would be dead. Combat Network would have looked like an embarrassment. And what does he get for it? He got banned. Why? Because he criticized the tournament. Listen, I'll be the first to tell you, Pig harps on something a lot. Like, he kept blowing up Mr. Aquaman. He wouldn't stop about it. I don't necessarily agree with it. But the good far outweighs the bad, and you cannot be that ungrateful about the dude saving your tournament for people at home to watch. I'm sorry. And, you know, you can say, oh, it's just a game, and Pig took it personally when he called these guys losers or whatever. I'll ask you this. When you say to somebody, if you show up at my tournament, I'm calling the cops on you, is that not taking it personally? Is that just a game? So,
hey guys, awkward interruption. Sorry to interrupt like this, but HomeLee is apparently Skype retarded and got dropped.
He's Skype illiterate for sure.
Hey.
I believe the term is Skype challenged.
Yeah.
I apologize to any of our retarded audience out there.
HomeLee can tell us. What do you prefer to be referred to as? Skype challenge, Skype illiterate? What do you prefer?
Skype challenge sounds pretty good.
Do you and Slips have a support group?
They should.
Maybe I should probably PM him.
You should probably get White Boy in on that too. He's also a terrible Skype.
It's because he's white.
Also, Hippo, I actually heard the buzzer that time.
Aha, see?
Oh,
so
did we finish the topic already?
HomeLee probably didn't hear it because, you know, he was busy doing whatever his people do. Whoa,
I just want to ensure that no technical difficulties actually killed my entire rant. So was that even audible? Did everybody hear it? Was that even if the timer ran out?
The recording has been going the whole time. Your entire rant was heard, but at the end, when all your momentum was in your favor, HomeLee decided to join.
Continue it.
No, dude, see, that's HomeLee. That's HomeLee's scam because he was in first and he was just like, "Yo, that's good. I need to break up this somehow." It's like he clashed you.
So can I say just one last thing about this, please? I'm sorry if I went overtime, whatever. Hippo, you can deduct points from me. I don't care at this point.
I might have to.
Well, that's fine. I'll say this: you can't say, oh, you know, these top players acting like Hollywood Illuminati, it's a popular contest, Mean Girls, blah, 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 whatever. Everybody should have an equal voice. And then when top players fuck up or do something that you deem as a fuck up, blow it completely out of proportion, while if somebody like Rahelios, for example, says something stupid, it's like, yeah, whatever, that wacky Rahelios. It doesn't work that way. It either goes both ways, or you give them a pass all the time or sometime. You can't just have it both ways where you're looking for them to do anything you don't agree with, and then you have James MK in every thread or whoever and blowing that shit up. I'm honestly not looking to start drama, but Pig leaving the community, I know it's his decision, whatever, but rubbed me the wrong way, not because of what he did. I honestly think Pig in many ways was pushed out, and it's unfortunate. We lost a very, very valuable asset.
Honestly, what really annoys me on TYM is when anyone tries to make a post bashing on, like, quote-unquote Illuminati. It's just a bunch of friends that get on Skype to talk. Really?
I think people would actually... Well, I will save this, Hippo, for the riffing. I'll save it. Timer's up. You go ahead, Mr. Mr. Man.
Well, so as I was going to say, as the timer is up, we're now in the final showdown portion, where two of our guests will step aside for just a second to let the last two duke it out in one last topic. So I've tallied the final points, and here they are. Order the Fly has 31 points.
Hooray!
Very good for himself tonight.
Damien.
Mr. Saucy Jack despite his insubordination, has made it to 32.
Hooray!
And then lastly, HomeLee and Cool Whip are tied at 30.
Wow, that's so arbitrary,
Wait,
dude.
I got
bullshit.
I got dropped. Can I claim back my 30 seconds to try to increase my score?
No.
Hey, I was messaging Mike. I was like, Mike, call me. And he was like, 1 sec. He messaged me 1 second, hold on, like twice. I'm like, oh,
Yo,
I
really?
believe, and you know what? I believe he was playing to win.
I was-
I think he kept you out.
I
of the
was
loop.
trying to look out for Cool Whip. I wasn't
Shit.
trying to interrupt his whole rant. I waited till he was done to add you back. How about that?
I
I'm just
wasn't going to
saying,
say anything.
Mike was doing what he had to do. I respect that.
Deduct points.
He abused his Scorpion Block Infinite all over your face.
Okay.
All right, so that leaves Mr. Lord of the Fly and Mr. Saucy Jack. We'll do battle in the final showdown. And here we go. It's going to be one topic. You guys are going to get it 1 minute instead of 10. We set the timer, and hopefully you guys can hear it this time. If not, I'm calling shenanigans. So the last topic we have today. Who is red hot going into NEC?
Oh my goodness. You want to go first or you want me to take that, handsome?
I mean, you just call me handsome, so I feel like I'm obligated to now.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, coming off of a lot of different tournaments, you got guys like Forever King. I'm assuming Forever King is going to NEC, right? As well
Probably
as
so.
guys like PL and Sonic Fox. Is that
I think so.
Is that a
That
safe
sounds
assumption?
Sounds accurate.
I don't know who's going, but I'd say that those three, I mean, with Yumicon and Forever King and PL coming off of a fresh tournament experience, I feel like they're both feeling good. Sonic Fox is always a front runner. You can't really argue that. So, points to me on that one.
Wait, what?
You can't.
Stop
allocate
right there.
points.
I'm claiming Sonic Fox points. I can't do
No
that.
allocating, and I'm going to say you've already gone too far into this list. Sonic
No.
Fox is red hot until proven otherwise.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the question. Who's red hot? Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox, always. He's
Okay.
red hot until proven otherwise.
All right. So what's your point?
That's it, done.
All
You
right.
didn't need to mention anybody else.
So we agree.
No, I do not agree. I do not agree that someone who just won Yumicon is red hot. Sonic Fox is red hot. That's it. Until proven otherwise. The kid doesn't lose.
You're saying that Forever King and PL have zero chance at NEC. Is that what you're saying?
Until Sonic Fox is beaten, he is red hot. No one else is. Everyone else is ice cold like a Sub-Zero clone.
So you're basing all of your points in this final round on Sonic Fox, and that is it.
That's it, man. He is red mother hot. He's hotter than a Rahelios matchup chart. Bam!
I'm going to
Here's
say
the
that.
timer.
We got the timer. All right. Now, you guys did agree with each other, and you guys got solid bases. Sonic Fox, I mean, he's obviously red hot. The guy can't lose at this point.
I'm going to add Darth Armor to that mix. Just that's my last throw in.
All right, it's not bad. I can fly 3 points for the honesty in putting PL and Sonic Fox up there, as well as Forever King. Ken, I had to give him 4 for just keeping it real and saying I think Sonic Fox is going to win free. However, you did make a terrible Ice Clone reference, and thus you have dropped 2 points.
Oh my god!
So let's say congratulations to the first winner. Consider the following: Lord of the Fly.
Wait, Bull!
Well,
Learn
no.
how to do math.
You sit in the corner with the losers, baby.
No, it is a tie.
You
Do
can't-
math. I had 32. You gave me 4. That's 36.
No, this doesn't
Do
count.
what?
Ken,
Last
Oh,
round.
shenanigans!
No.
Dude, are you trying to argue
No.
with a Jew on math? Asian man, back me up.
you can't
Dude,
clash.
player one
You
is
even
Sonic.
math, bro.
You already
Fine,
clashed.
player one
It's
is
over.
Sonic.
You can't clash anymore.
Dude, it's a tie.
You
Get
get
out
one
of here.
clash. You get one clash a podcast, dude.
This
You
is rigged, you mean girls. Unbelievable.
No, it's clearly stated. The last round is whoever has the most points. Winner take all.
Oh, so everything that happened before that doesn't matter. I see.
I didn't say
Statute
that.
of limitations on the rest of the podcast is 30 seconds. I'm King Hippo and I make up the rules as I go. I'm like Drew Carey. Man.
I have never made the word "care" in my life. That's, by the way,
Congratulations, Lord of the Fly. You are Big King Podcast.
Until next time.
Ooh.
Right now, he will be the first champion, and the champion does get the advantage going in by being able to go first on the first 2 topics next time.
That's a
So he might go
disadvantage.
hand.
That
It's
is
not a disadvantage. It's actually a
No.
pretty solid advantage.
Well, since Mike won, it's actually a disadvantage since he needed 3 bourbons to actually get his score.
That is a good point. That is a good point. He is the Chin. He's Chin from King of Fighters. He only needs the drink to get himself going.
Can we talk about Jackie Chan, Drunken Master?
No,
Oh, no, we cannot.
absolutely not.
Man,
Yeah, no.
It's a great flick.
Oh, man. Congratulations.
I already won, so you can't take points away.
Is Fly the Drunken Master podcast?
Yeah, I think I went wrong stopping at 2 JMOs. I'm going to have to dial that up to 3 or 4 next week.
I only had 3 bourbons. Come on, guys. Get on my
That's
level.
one up.
I got dropped for a whole 30 seconds, so I'm pretty sure I could have came back and won.
Maybe you should learn how to Skype, bro.
My
Yeah, maybe you
phone,
should.
my phone
Your
dropped
phone.
my
No,
call.
you can teach. You can
It
teach
dropped my call.
HomeLee. Sake doesn't
Actually-
count, man. Sake doesn't
Oh,
count.
man.
Racism.
I'll give HomeLee the benefit of the doubt. You can lead a phone to water, but you can't make it drink.
That was awful.
What?
Wait,
It,
That was
Why?
from a fortune cookie that was written by a high person.
You're lucky you're
Written
down
by
2
you.
plus.
Oh, shots fired again. All right, well, damn, Hippo. You know what? Because no one's going to give you props, I'll give you props. Well done, sir. You ran this thing like a slightly sinking ship, but I mean, you kept us in the water. We made it to shore.
You ran it like a true TYM moderator.
That's true. I'd like to know my
Let's-
negative when it's done.
Let's be nice to them so that they let us put this on the front page.
Yeah, you
Can
might
I
have
just
to edit
say-
out my rant about pig then.
can I just say how much I love Mike Metroid?
Yeah, Ray Riazzi is a good man. Wait, Mike Riazzi.
He plays
One of those
Grundy.
guys.
I respect that he plays Grundy.
I do not respect that he played Johnny Cage. Sorry.
Why?
Because I hate Dude, I had to play Dizzy 3 times a week.
Well,
Yeah,
I
just
just
have-
say Mike Metroid is no Dizzy. That's all I'll
That is true. I just have a natural disgust for Johnny Cage.
Fair enough.
Natural
I play Kung
disgust.
Lao, so I hate Cage. So, yeah, sure.
Hippo.
What's that?
Hi.
I think I did okay as a host. I mean, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
That's true. That's true. A bird in the hand is definitely worth 2 in the bush. And I mean, being a host, it's not easy. There's a lot of ins, there's a lot of outs, a lot of
what have yous.
I,
a lot
I
of strands, a lot of threads for the old Deuterito to keep track of.
it's a difficult task. I applaud your efforts, sir.
Well, and it's only going to get better. This is the inaugural episode. We don't want to get
I'm
everyone
sorry, it's the what episode?
inaugural.
Yeah, okay. Is that a city by Damascus?
That's not a word. It's right
Yeah,
next.
I like that.
Inaugural is not a word.
No, inaugural is not a word, you illiterate fool.
I am in school to teach English, fools.
You're in
I
trouble, then.
don't want to hear it, man.
I want to
I-
admit that Fly completely made me Google that Homo sapien, homostasis, whatever, homeostasis.
Homeostasis.
Yeah, that,
Home,
yeah,
He made you Google homeostasis.
Leostasis.
that was, they don't teach that in the Middle East yet.
Just a picture of HomeLee with some fried rice. It's super racist. I Googled it myself.
Really? I might
Yeah,
go
it's
check that out.
Fucked up, yeah.
Homeostasis, man.
really mean
Homeostasis.
fried rice.
Biology.
So, Hippo, what
Yeah.
happens after he's declared the winner? I don't know what happens after that.
You now. Oh, that's right. So Fly now will get 30 seconds on the clock.
I don't need
He's going to
that.
get 30 seconds to let out whatever opinion he might have, and no one can contest him. It's his thoughts. What he say goes. So, starting right now, sir, you have the floor.
Oh my god. I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Do it.
Every Nightwing is free. You all pick the wrong costume. You all suck.
Damn.
And I am by far the best Nightwing, hands down. There's no question or competition about it. There is nothing to even contest here. Shout outs to Sajam for playing him once. a long time ago.
Oh,
I actually couldn't have asked for anything better. I did not think that's where you're going to go. I'll drink to that. Slancha, that was awesome.
You're gonna get to 3 Jamesons by now.
Now we're pouring another one. That was well done. Well done.
my God.
Thank you.
I don't know if I was ready for that. I gotta say.
Come on, what did you guys think I was gonna say?
I don't know.
I thought shout outs to Atlanta and Bourbon. I
didn't.
Oh, that
expect
too. Shout
That
outs to
was awesome.
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Seriously, who post in the thread after you guys listen to this, and you might have to re-listen to it a couple times just to make sure you're not missing anything.
It's like 2 hours long, a couple times. How much time do you think I have?
Not you. I don't give a fuck what you do. Get out of here. I'm talking about the audience. They got to re-listen to it. But anyone post in the thread that listen to this and tell me that you would ever believe Lord of the Flies from New York. Get out of here.
That has
I
to
am.
be the biggest bill of goods.
I
ever
am.
sold.
I think I have a better chance of being from New York.
Whatever. I was
That's
born
wild.
on Long Island. I lived in North
Actually,
Belmore.
You were born on Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island.
Well, to
Now let's go.
North
to my
Belmore.
defense,
North Belmore.
What's more? Let's just think. What's more possible, that he was born on Long Island, or he's ingested thousands of Long Island iced teas?
Both are equally plausible.
Yeah, definitely B. Hippo, I'm just going to go ahead and do this for you because we're doing it anyways. So I'm going to be a brogle here and hook you up. So for the last 15, 20 minutes or so, after Lord of the Fly has cast his Nightwing disparity all over everybody, Hippo wanted a chance to talk himself, as he should get, being the host. So we're just going to kind of freeball it. Is that what we're doing for the last 20 minutes or so here?
That's right.
Talking about people being from Long Island, talking about movies, talking about just whatever. Obviously, give us a heads up in the thread if there's any specific topics you want to hear about. But yeah, I think for the last 20 minutes or so, we're just going to kind of chat it up, right?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, I have a
Guys,
question.
I have one thing to say first.
Go ahead.
The Cardinals are 7-1. You can all go die.
God,
They're the best team in the NFL, and you guys
Baseball can suck my giant Nightwing cock.
I don't even, dude. You are talking to Bears fans and Falcons fans. I don't even want to discuss the return of Carson Palmer and his tissue-thin meniscus. I cannot believe you guys are 7-1 right now. That's unbelievable.
You guys really, the Super Bowl is going to be our home, and you guys can all hold that.
Remember, tissue-thin meniscus. Cool. If I have a question, does American football, does that have a big following out, in the general Damascus area?
Not a big following, no. We do get it, so if you want to watch, you have the option. The Super Bowl, a few people might talk about it just because it's the hip thing to do throughout that time, but no, soccer is by far the biggest sport, followed by basketball. I'm a huge NBA fan, but American football, no, not so much.
What's your favorite NBA team?
Oh, the OKC Thunder, which sucks right now.
Oh, no, I've got bad news for you, sir. They are,
Yeah, I'm well aware.
yeah, that's bad news, Bears. Although that's tight that you like the Thunder. The atmosphere there is insane. It's like a college campus.
There's got to
Would
be
you
a
ever
story
Would you ever
behind
consider
it.
playing Raiden, just so you could say Oklahoma Thunder?
Well, Raiden was my secondary in MK9, so sure, I'll play Raiden. Being part of the Raiden forums would be kind of tight, actually.
Yeah, you want to get down with B-Wiz? Chaos?
Yeah,
Raiden?
seeing him regulate and shit, awesome.
I'm actually looking forward to the old MK9 heads will remember this, but those that are not, you'll be getting filled in here. But this will be cool. Like HomeLee doesn't really know what's going on here, but it'll be tight. So an MK9, B-Wiz, who we've brought up a lot of times, was the self-proclaimed Lord Raiden of the world. There was a lot of talk about, you have to play this Chaos Sphere guy. You have to play this Chaos Sphere guy. Who plays Lobo in Injustice, but he was another Raiden player. So it, of course, started a little bit of a rivalry, but it wasn't too intense. The rivalry was basically B-Wiz was mad that anyone was challenging his throne, and Chaos Sphere was kind of new, so he was like the guy being rebelloed. I'm super excited to see these two when they both have they're established now from the get-go going at it in the forums. I think it's going to be good old-fashioned TYM character forum drama. B-Wiz and Chaosphere going ham on each other.
I'll have to add this. Even though, despite Jop though, or if we look outside of Jop, B-Wiz does have the best placing for Raiden.
No,
you guys got to hold
Legend.
that.
What about Perfect Legend?
Perfect Legend.
Devastation was major. Frost Fashion was local. Y'all hold that.
Frost
Arizona
Mouse
Pride.
local.
Arizona Pride. B-Wiz top 8 was great.
Didn't PL pick Raiden at one of the MLGs when he made like third or something? I think it was he went Raiden and Kung Lao. So
He picked
let's be
Raiden
honest,
against 16
even
bit.
if-
I remember that match.
Wasn't that Frosty, that local, didn't that also have like Pig in tow? Like Atlanta was there and obviously PL was there. It doesn't sound very local to me.
Do we need to get into what's a local and what's a major? Oh my gosh. It sounds like
I feel like a podcast covered that. I can't remember. I'm blanking out.
I'm losing it too.
Dragged into the space-time continuum somewhere. But you know what, though? Shout-outs to you for having Arizona Pride. Your scene it's funny. I think people don't realize that you guys have a scene. If you, I don't think people realize B-Wiz, you, obviously Detroit Balin, shit
Morty
like that.
and Sal, how are those guys doing?
Yeah, I just don't think people realize, 4x4 Lobo, I think people know the players, but they don't realize you guys all have a scene,
Yeah, it's there. Small, but it's
Thank
there.
you. Wait, are we talking about the scene or
wow,
something? That's awkward.
Well, there was a time when Hippo,
Oh,
you were the
wait a
most.
nobody
Whoa.
was I the only one who got what he
Yeah,
meant?
thank you, Kula. Thank you.
We needed Ducky for this one. He would have gotten it instantaneously.
Yeah, Ducky's probably texting me right now about it, even though he's obviously not
He's
here.
not
He just
listening,
knows.
yeah, but-
He senses it. He just senses a dick joke.
Yep.
Holy Spicoli for that one.
Holy Spicoli. Oh, man. Shoutouts to Nicholas Coppola's first appearance. Anyways, HomeLee was hype about movies a minute ago. What did you want to say? What did you want to pop off about?
Yeah, the Nolan
Everyone
movie.
here should go watch Nightcrawler. And it's not a movie about the Blue X-Men. Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a really good movie.
Are there
And
any
honestly-
Asians in that movie?
Any what?
Asians?
Asians? I'm trying to think.
I'm
Not
going to be honest.
much.
You've done nothing to sell me at the moment.
If Jake Gyllenhaal honestly does not win an Oscar for his performance, I will be very pissed.
How
It's a
mad
movie.
would you be?
I was pretty mad when Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win an Oscar.
Would you be Riley Coyote?
Maybe, quite possibly.
You realize
Have you guys-
DiCaprio's in trouble. I don't want to go too Illuminati on you guys, but as is well known, my people run Hollywood. I've checked the lists, I get the emails, I get the memos. He's not slated to win one for a long time.
No, here's what's going to happen. He's not going to win one ever. They're going to make a documentary on how he never won it, and the actor portraying Leonardo DiCaprio, he's going to win the Oscar.
Oh man,
That's a
He's
blow
going to
up.
be a real Peter O'Toole.
Heyo.
So,
That's what's going to happen.
I did not think we'd have a Peter O'Toole reference today.
yeah. Also, I want to see Nightcrawler for one reason. Bill Paxton is in it.
Oh my god, are we gonna have to
Yeah.
have the Bill Paxton discussion?
Well,
Right.
hang on. I got reasons for this. I have reasons. So,
Yeah, he's a huge Bill, and you don't think he is because you're dumb. That's your reason.
shut your saucy Jack mouth. So, in Twister, which is the classic from '96. So, in Twister, Bill Paxton is remarking upon seeing the villain Jonas for the first time. To which he says, "Jonas, son of a bitch." And then his girlfriend asks him, "Who is that?" And he says very plainly, "He's a Nightcrawler."
Oh my god.
So the fact that Bill Paxton is now in a movie called Nightcrawler, almost
Oh my
20
God.
years later, it's too much to pass up, man. I gotta
Coincidence?
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is Paxton's secret bid for immortal status. People are going to remember this for a long time.
Twister was a tight movie. That's all I'll say.
No, it wasn't. It's one of the worst movies ever.
I know. Exactly.
This is...
That movie... Okay, Philip Seymour Hoffman, God rest his soul, is in that movie. And there's a moment where he describes how someone is going to rue the day. But his way of saying it is, he's going to rue it, man, like imminent ruage. It's probably the worst singular line of dialogue I've ever heard in a movie. And that is a classically trained actor forced to deliver that line so he can get a paycheck. It was sad, man.
Whenever anyone says, obviously it's a saying that's been around forever, but whenever I hear rue the day, and it's funny that we have good old Cool Whip here, the only thing that pops into my head whenever someone says rue the day is Stewie yelling at someone going, go on, start ruining, or something like that.
He was telling Brian that the party's ruined, and Brian would be like, why are you saying it like that?
Why saying it like that?
Yeah, it's probably my favorite bit. I even like it more than the Cool Whip bit, but calling myself ruined wouldn't have really, I don't think anybody would have gotten that.
Isn't there a guy named Ruined who's placed Bane?
I'm not sure. I can't keep all those Bane players straight.
So is it? I just want to make sure I know it. Cool Whip, is your name completely based on Family Guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Cool Whip, do you know what's the most surprising thing about you? You're not
that
from
I'm
America.
not Hippo? Oh.
No. Well, yeah, that too. You're not from America, supposedly, but your grammar is better than 3/4 of TYM.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I don't want to say most people here, but a lot of people here actually speak 3 languages, or at least English. Most people here do speak English, not necessarily with great grammar or anything, but people are... So Lebanon or Damascus is surprisingly educated.
The greater metropolitan Damascus area and surrounding suburban countries, such as Lebanon. Or Lebanese, as Michael referred to you earlier. God, you're an idiot.
Come on. Google Maps, bro. Google Maps.
Google Maps?
Yes. By the way, I was going to rant about this earlier, but this is what I said. I'll wait until now because this is the perfect example. This is just an infomercial for everyone on TYM calling us all mean girls and all that nonsense. If you actually want to know what the Skype Illuminati is, the last 10 minutes has been a perfect example of the Skype Illuminati. We talk about Bill Paxton, the location of Lebanon, the fact that Mike's not actually from New York, even though he says he is, the fact that Carson Palmer has no knees. It's really... It's funny how worried everyone is about the so-called Skype Illuminati. You guys are getting to see it right now. It's really not that interesting. It's actually kind of lame.
Ew.
We suck.
Like I said,
Speaking of
makes me
Twister,
more annoyed.
do you guys talk about...
No one has ever started a sentence speaking of Twister and had anything after it.
Well,
Well,
let's say
you need to let me follow that up.
Okay.
Do you think Helen Hunt is a Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a 5 year. Come on.
No, not in looks. She's just,
As an actress, no, she's also terrible.
Let's face it.
No,
she's not terrible, but let's face it. She was nominated. I think she won an Oscar.
Not impressed.
Proceeded to drop off the face of the planet. You can't do that.
I actually am now curious. What is she doing? I'm going to IMDb that shit right now.
She was actually recently nominated for an Oscar. She's having a comeback here.
Don't call it a comeback?
Oh gosh, she's got Asian eyes.
Whoa!
God, it's straight like I googled Helen Hunt right quick, and then like the first image that shows up. Yeah.
Quick.
No, I'm on my phone. I could do it. I just want to see what she. I honestly want to see what she won an Oscar
It's
for.
not what I was offended by.
Yeah, that's not what I was offended by either. God damn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's out of
But
control.
like
I know.
literally, the picture that showed up, it reminds me of Brock from Pokemon. There's no eyes, just a black
Oh
line.
my god. No.
Man.
Did you guys know that Pokemon actually has the greatest joke of all time?
No, I don't know anything about Pokemon.
So there's an episode, or it's actually the movie, Pokemon the first Mew movie. I almost said the first Mewvie, like Mew.
Oh my gosh.
You should be really happy that I didn't finish that. So, in that movie, there was some moment where Brock and Ash and Misty are being transported to a mysterious spooky island. And their transporters are none other than the villains of the series, Team Rocket, disguised as Vikings. right? So they're Vikings and they're going "Hirnga dinga hirnga," that kind of thing, right?
Right.
And as they're doing that,
So they sound like Swedish Chef from the Muppets?
yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate mousse. Yeah, they sound like that. So,
Dude, Swedish Chef is tight.
so they are transporting them, and Brock says, I didn't think there were any more Vikings left. And then Ash says, yeah, I thought they all moved to Minnesota. Now, here's why this is the greatest thing of all time.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, they live in like Johto or something. Nothing that we know of resembling Earth or America. Why do they know?
Minnesota.
Why do they know what Minnesota is? Do they visit Paisley Park regularly with Prince? That's the only thing I can think of.
Twin Cities, man.
Second of all, why do they know? Why are they making NFL references? I assure you, there's no American football to be played in a world full of magical monsters that can kill you.
I want to see a video of this to prove that this happened.
I will link the video in the thread.
Oh, shit.
It will be there. It exists. There's an NFL reference in a Pokemon movie, and it just makes
damn.
my heart shrivel to the size of the grave.
Hey,
That is
Minnesota.
the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, American football doesn't get there. That's
All right, I get it. All I know is that Brock Lesnar and Jesse the Body Ventura are from Minnesota. That's all
Oh, wait.
I know.
Are you talking about Jesse the Body? Mind control. I was an Navy SEAL.
hey, cool. Where in Lebanon? Which city in Lebanon do you live in?
Beirut.
How do you spell
That's
that?
a capital. Beirut.
You shouldn't have answered that, because Fly is actually trying to regulate by looking up facts about Lebanon to cover up for his faux pas earlier, and I won't stand for it.
I won't let you get away with that. I do have a question. I think this would be a great closer, but only if Cool Whip says yes to the first part of the question. Cool Whip, are you familiar with the Muppet Babies? The Muppets? This is super important.
Unfortunately, the answer is no, but
Damn it! The question would have been for everyone else. Screw you, Cool Whip. Mute yourself. Whatever. I'm mad at you now. The question was going to be, who would you guys all main in a Muppet fighting game? Because we were talking about it, but now wait, you don't know Kermit the Frog or Miss Piggy? That never made it over.
Oh, no. I know who these are.
Those guys, yeah, they're the Muppets. Those guys, dude, a Muppet
Oh, well,
that'd be awesome. No?
that's not what I spent my childhood watching. So
Huge blow up. No, it's not. I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. But Hippo, Muppet fighting game, who would you main?
I will give my answer in song.
Oh, God.
Well played. Well played. Fly, are you done looking up facts about Lebanon?
Yeah, I was trying to Google how far Damascus was from.
Oh my god!
It won't come up. I'm
It's
done
in a
looking at
different
it.
country.
I think it's like 7 kilometers.
How much you want to bet the
what?
next
No,
episode?
wait, what? It's
7
way more than
kilo-
7 kilometers. What are you talking about?
By the way,
7
the pronunciation of kilometers is a huge
Kilometers.
factor.
kilometers.
Kilometers, whatever.
Oh my god.
How
Listen,
much
we
you guys-
live in America. We use a different system than the metric system,
Yeah,
okay?
but just to put it in perspective, 7 kilometers is like 3 miles or something. So no, you're way off.
A huge blow up. Oh my god.
Damn,
how
Mike.
much-
Dude,
how
it's
much-
Google. It's not me, it's
Yeah,
Google.
How much do you want to bet next episode opens up with Fly going, yeah, so what do you think about those Ottomans?
Yeah. If you come in singing "They Might Be Giants,"
Oh my god.
I've been looking this up for the past 15 minutes, and it's pissing me off.
Well, you can't find anything. Get the fuck out of
It
here.
won't let me. It won't build me a map. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It's Google.
Oh my.
I would main animal. I would main animal in a Muppet fighting game.
Nice. HomeLee.
Okay, it's about to be a blow up. I actually hated Muppets.
Oh.
Oh no.
But to my defense, I'm Asian, bro.
How does that make it better?
What about those two old dudes that
Does
just
that mean
fight?
you're
If it wasn't a cartoon, I didn't like it. if it wasn't an animation format, I didn't like it.
Now, let's be serious. You dodged that. If it wasn't an anime format, you love Sailor Moon,
Animation,
Dragon
no.
Ball Z.
No,
Come on, man.
well, actually,
First,
Dragon Ball Z is awesome, but like to be
Oh
honest,
my
it's
God.
everyone's like go-to anime.
Of course it is.
Everyone that straight up goes to DBZ anime, I'm just like, nothing anime.
Ghost in the
Shut the
Machine,
fuck
bro.
up.
Fly, you are on more blast than anyone's ever been on blast before. I literally just typed how far is Beirut to Damascus into Google, and it gave me a map and the answer. What the fuck?
Well, how far is it? Tell me. I want to know.
4.6 kilometers.
All right, that's fine. That's cool.
Or kilometers, if you will.
That's still not that far if you think about it.
Oh my
Like, do you even know how to use Google?
Not that far.
Do you Google, bro?
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Oh my god. I would also main Swedish Chef, by the way. Chef would be awesome.
Dude, I'm the animal of America.
Yeah, start that forum right now. Let everybody know.
He plays the drums. It's awesome.
Oh my god. Are we done with this BS?
I think we might be done.
I think Fly has offended the entire Middle East at some point.
I hope not. I consider you all friends.
Yeah, well, tell that to the dude just waiting right outside your house. And
Oh,
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna make a race reference about my own people, so I'll shut up. But yeah, in case of any, all right, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, so let's close this. I don't want to set my people, a century back. They're doing that on their own.
Damn, this
Dude,
is
Wow.
It's
It's
cool,
got-
man.
heavy.
It's got
It's
super
cool.
dark.
I labeled Laotians as Mexicans of Asians. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's-
You're just
but that was-
offensive.
But that's only offensive to Rio.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh.
Hippo,
Oh.
close because we need it right now.
All I have to say is, I have an announcement. Armada, the Smash Brothers players, left EMP. They no longer have any Smash players in Empire Arcadia. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
You're talking about Pokeballs. You're talking about Pokemon Stadium. You're talking about Little Mac being OP on the ground needs nerfs. Poor
Talking
you.
about the Empire. You're talking about reads. You're talking about wave dashes. You're talking about L cancels.
Footsies.
All I remember about Triforce is him calling the Cabal Dash the Spinneroonie.
Actually,
You're talking about the spinner Rooney.
You're talking about
Booker
Power
T.
Gloves.
You're talking
You
about
guys-
the bookend.
we should definitely talk about that next episode because I actually know nothing of the Triforce story.
Oh, dude.
Blow up.
All right, we're ending.
All right.
All right.
You
Thank
wanna-
you to Lord of the Fly. Say something.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Jesus. Thank you to Cool Whip.
Well, you're welcome, Colwood.
I just thanked myself. I just realized that. Thank you to HomeLee.
Oh, thank you very much.
And lastly, thank you to GTA Saucy Jack.
I'm the Nightwing of America. Hold that shit.
What the?
We're going to close it out. Hope you guys say what you like. Again, as Jack mentioned earlier, we will take any requests for topics at the end of the show, as we usually do. That takes some extended riffing. Other than that, let us just tell us how you feel, what you like about the show, and we'll hopefully continue it. Bye-bye.